question them. I was doing good at questioning until I just told them, yeah, you can have more of the crack. And
Oh
then they
my
ended up
god.
overdosing. And thing is, they got, and then we found out about like this warehouse. Uh, we ended up finding that the dealer was the real estate agency that her boyfriend works at, who's also a crackhead. And there's a warehouse where the people who overdose, they become the dust that other people consume.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they just get recycled.
And
Insane.
yeah, so yeah, the lady that was about to get the overdose, she didn't. She didn't. She was about to die because she
No, it was like her
exhausted.
hair turned into fairy dust, and but Dorian saved her.
Is that cannibalism?
It sounds like it, doesn't it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how magic. I guess it's magical cannibalism.
But I think that's where we were, right? Was there anything else
Yeah,
after that?
yeah. We had a long rest that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what happened to Leanne?
Oh, she was nearing death,
She was on
essentially.
exhaustion 6, but
Yeah,
then she came back.
and
Oh, she was on 5. If she went on 6, she would have died permanently.
she was very, very
Yeah.
near death.
But
Yeah,
Yeah, they gave crack
and
to the crackhead and then wondered
she,
why things went wrong. And I feel like it was
well, you put it
so
that way.
justified.
Yeah, sounds a bit fucked up.
yeah,
Yeah, Dorian ended up rolling a 30 to manage to save her
Oh my god.
with his sleep
Mm-hmm.
spell.
yep.
Yeah, basically, Dorian rolled just enough to save this poor person from what happened to them because
So is Leanne just bald now?
Leanne
Oh
has no
yeah, she's
hair.
bald. Oh yeah.
Um, because yeah, because Leanne is well, uh, had been taking the old dust.
Yeah.
So yeah, Leanne is asleep and completely bald. Also, because the way exhaustion works, it's going to take like 5 or 6 days before
Oh,
she can kind of lose all of the levels of exhaustion.
how many is she? Like 5 levels of exhaustion or what?
Yeah, she was on
Yeah.
level 5 exhaustion. Basically, if she didn't get any sleep, which was only possible with a sleep spell, she was going to die in about 4 or 5 hours. um, the very much saved the day there. Not that he needs, any reason to be more arrogant than he already is.
I'm gonna bring down his library.
Yeah,
The loser just say something.
Collie.
You want to get beaten up?
Sorry, I don't want to respond.
Damn.
Let me just. I'm just got into. I've just realised like a new trick, which is writing down everybody's ACs and spell saves before combat starts because it saves so much time. Right. Okay. So.
We ended on a long rest.
So we've just finished. Well, I guess we ended after you guys had or were just sort of having a long rest. So, from the point of view of um, free, let me just find my calendar. Basically, uh, you had gone back because you had some stuff to do for a lecture. It was a Sunday. Um, it's like Monday. You had a big lecture on your what was it, political science? I think, or what was it exactly that Free was
Sounds like
studying?
human rights.
Human rights. That was it. You had a big lecture on human rights. They brought in like a famous face in the business to come in and talk to you
Famous
guys.
human.
So you couldn't possibly miss that lecture. And you had gone in. It's probably about like 4 or 5 o'clock, I think, on a Monday. You finished all your lectures for the day. You don't have any tomorrow. It's like I said, sort of late afternoon, early evening, on a Monday for you, and it is the 15th of September. If anybody wants to, be keeping an eye on dates. It is right. What are you up to, Free? Or what have you been up to for the time that you've been away from your companions?
Let me see. Where are they all staying right now?
They're currently in the sort of underground little town thing where.
Oh yeah, we almost got caught by the cops. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
We were very close, and I think Dorian had like a big thing with the cops. I mean, with the order. I think they know who he is because these guys told him about them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they know who I am.
Yep, the aldermen have a fairly good idea, you think. Luke has definitely told you the aldermen were looking for you.
There was also the symbol of the St. George's cross that's cropping up at the moment that we need to keep an eye out for.
Yep.
Wait, when did that happen? Is it from the Alderman?
It
Is there a
was
symbol?
when we had the fight.
When you had the fight.
Wait, when the
And
Kraken
on
fight.
the gold.
Yeah.
It was on the gold as well that you had been given by
Yeah.
Vikram.
Oh,
So a bit of,
that's the City of London symbol, right?
yes.
Yep.
Oh. Didn't know that.
It is the symbol of the City of London. Right. What are you guys? What are you up to? Free.
Okay, I think from what I recall of the last session I was in, there was a mention of Free's family and how they all mysteriously died, and they think it's linked to. Oh my gosh, I can't remember now. Where I can't even find my notes. I think it's about how a lot of people have been disappearing, and they think Free's family is linked to the disappearances, and how Free was thinking like, okay, so all of the things in the email that from Vikram are very linked. So she's trying to put the pieces together. So now she's done with her big lecture. She wants to go confront Vikram, but also doesn't want to do it by herself.
Okay.
So I think Free wants to meet up with everyone to combine their forces and discuss what's going on.
Nice. So you're gonna contact them, I imagine.
Yes. Do any of them have a phone? Because I know Raz does not.
I mean, I can't for a moment imagine that Johnny Blaze doesn't have a phone.
We have a
There's like a million apps.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not arranged.
Johnny Blaze
This
has
is-
like a rose gold iPhone, surely.
Oh yeah, to connect with AirPods too.
Yeah.
That's true. But no, I could have got my AirPods from Wish, and my phone also from Wish.
Right.
Just fine.
See, people are always like, "Oh, you've got so many dice," and then sometimes I have to roll things, and I'm like, "I don't have enough dice." Right.
What kind of rolls are you doing, mate? I've seen how many dice you have now.
I've only got like 8 sets. Come on. It's nothing.
He's just gonna do 8
Fucking
D10
peasant.
damage.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if it will come across on the camera very well.
8 D10 petty damage.
Look at this, man.
Yeah.
It's got a little mushroom in it.
Oh my
What is it?
god.
Toadstool, boy.
Yeah.
Little Mar.
Sama,
Mario.
you'd kill for a set of those dice. They're like cottage core dice.
Yeah.
They
Look how
are.
cool. So cute. Anyway, so I'm guessing you're calling up Johnny then.
Yes.
Johnny,
Ask
you're
hello.
currently like asleep.
Oh.
It's very warm and like dry and surprisingly like clean but musty in this sort of like, I guess, kind of like sewer town that you find yourself in. It's you know it's nice here. You found like a room. Feel free if you want to move yourself to any particular room on
Wait,
the
it's on
map.
roll 20.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Uh, this is kind of the capital, I guess, is the closest thing. This is like the big meeting place. This is Chips's domain, really.
The hub.
Ratus has never really seen Chips leave this place. So it's yeah. Right.
I'm asleep. Wait. There's this bed. Seems chill.
So you're asleep. You wake up, and yeah.
Does he wake up?
From
Wow,
the
I don't
alarm.
know.
I feel like I'll put it on loud because I might get called anytime for a shift. I don't know. I don't know how firefighting shifts work. I don't know. Are they on call? Is there like a doctoral thing? I don't know.
They sleep in the fucking hell,
In the
what is it called
station.
now? Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Anyway.
used to sleeping in the fire station, and also, obviously, that means you're used to getting up at a moment's notice. So,
So I'm awake. I'm like, hello, hello. Is this free? Hello.
Hi, where are
Is
you?
the signal good? Free.
Oh my god. You're really good at that.
It's breaking up. It's I can't really. That's all.
Turn on Find My iPhone
Okay. I turn on. I share my
and your
location.
Snapchat thingy. I have no idea how phones work now.
I just
send me
share
your
my
location.
location on WhatsApp.
Just send me your location.
Yeah, I'm gonna send the location.
Yeah. Okay, and then Free will just get an Uber there.
nice.
Yep.
Cool.
Wait, should we just meet halfway? We don't have. Do you need to come all the way here?
Whereabouts in London is
I'm
it?
texting this. I'm texting.
That's a good question.
Uh,
How far away from Free are we right now?
Because if Free's in like centralish London,
Damn, you
I
can
will
afford.
say, actually, do you know what? Roughly where it is?
what uni is free going to?
Say that again.
Are
what
you going
uni?
Queen Mary?
No.
Wait, what uni were you going to?
Sorry, no, I said that.
No, you one. Kings.
Free, you notice that the like pin for the pin for this this place is like firmly on the middle of the House of Parliament.
Oh my gosh.
Oh damn!
What the hell are you guys
Gunpowder plot.
doing?
We're deep underground.
We're
like,
planning the gunpowder plot.
oh
We
no,
have barrels and barrels in down here.
bro! They track Discord now. Be careful.
FBI, open up.
Open up.
Yeah.
MI6.
So like dead center, like the pin is on the House of Parliament. But you would probably be able to guess that they might not be exactly there. Ratus is probably not welcomed in the House of Parliament.
I don't know why. I'm a delight.
Let me just put some chill, my nice little urban ambient playlist.
Top Boy soundtrack.
Yeah. Nice. Something nice
Did you
and
finish?
not particularly sort of effort to listen to. Yeah. I'm imagining you'll kind of like make your decision about whether you want to meet up at the House of Parliament or not.
Okay.
Are we leaving? Because if we're leaving, I need to check on Leanne first.
Oh yeah, is anyone to watch her?
Yeah, because I had to spend the night with her. She
mean-
insisted on it.
Dorian stay?
Wait, did we take the dust that she produced, by the way?
Bro,
If you want to, you could.
that's her
gather-
hair, bro.
Yeah, I'm taking it.
She's just like passed out. Ratus, I think I'm gonna say Ratus, you'd know this is like Chips' domain. You've never seen Chips leave. Like this is their place of power. I don't think that you know of any being that would be able to fight Chips here.
Can I quickly go and see Chips and just is he aware of the situation? Is my question.
Take some of this dust as well with you. Tell her it came from.
Ooh,
Okay.
fair point.
You can update him if he
Fine.
doesn't know.
Fine, you can hold on to the dust.
Chips is going to be this little icon. I found a little person hiding in a bin, and I feel like it's just so real to me.
Is
It's
it
Chips.
Danny DeVito coming
So
out
this,
of the?
this kind of like middle place. In Chips is currently slumped against the table, sleeping. Again, you've never seen Chips sleep in a bed.
I knock on the table beside his head. Chips, buddy. So we've got a bit of a situation going on. I know. I'm sorry. I know you were probably dreaming about a nice bin fire or some Wagamama. Yeah. I know how you like to stay warm in the alleyways. Speaking of alleyways, we
get cold, right?
Oh yeah. September's not great for that time of year, is it? It's really welcome then. Yeah, get some chestnuts on the. Anyways, I'm getting distracted there. Sorry. We have a bit of a situation going on.
I love chestnuts.
Next time I find some, I'll bring them home for you. Don't worry. And then I just I turn to Johnny and I say, "Do you want to give it over to him?"
Oh,
Show him what.
I show him some of the pixie dust, not all of it.
Okay. Right.
And I tell him it came from the lady's hair. Because he was the one who was asking us about it.
The Beggar King was the one that asked you. Chips picks it up. And I think roll a cool. Let's just check passive perceptions quickly. Ratus, are you here as well?
Yeah.
Dorian.
He would be. Oh. I mean.
Are you here?
Dorian did stay the night with us, didn't he?
Are
Yeah, I
you
feel like we would do
are you
things a
joining
little
them on this,
triple
or are you getting some much needed sleep?
No, I was asleep. I'd already left.
Okay. You've already left. Oh, what to go? I guess to work.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh shit. Well,
I think you Ratus, can probably you can see that for a moment sorry, my dad just did like a really weird like boogie out the room and I have no idea why. You for a moment see Ratus Chips' eyes go like completely concrete grey.
What are Chips' eyes originally?
It's hard to see. There's a lot of grime and like bits of hair sticking through. Like Chips's whole body is like the big dappy like N-Dubs hat,
Yeah.
scarf, and then like you can kind of see like a tiny
Is it like deeply
kind of like
recessed?
wearing like a burqa. You could just see like a tiny slit for the eyes. Like that's all that kind of peeks out.
Yeah.
Normally Chips's eyes are brown. But for a moment you see they go completely, not just like the iris, but the whole eye just goes completely concrete grey. Very dust.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fairy dust, man.
That
So
we do.
comes from people.
Yeah, that's what we discovered. That fairy dust turns into people.
Oh, people,
These
is people.
Yeah, it's like you remember that movie Soylent Green? It's like that, but it's fairy dust.
Wait, whose people? Did he say his people?
Your people.
Wait, who's? No, he said his.
Oh, people.
Our people.
The Beggar King's people.
Yeah, they're making powder out of you guys. You're getting grinded to dust, literally.
Taking off streets, Raz.
Yeah, it's getting dangerous out there.
Treating us rats.
That might be on me. I'm sorry about that. But what we definitely deserve better. And I am not a huge fan of my comrades turning into fairy dust or meth heads that I fall in love with, you know? And yeah, I should probably mention Leanna at this point. There is a girl in a bed over there. This is where the fairy dust came from. We might have fucked up a little bit, but we're not going to go into that. Basically, she took a bit too much fairy dust, and now we are going to go meet Free and talk to her about this and about some other shit that's going on. Remember those soul-sucking shadows? Yeah, that's got something to do with Free's family now. Basically, can we leave Leanne here and can we make sure that she stays safe and alive?
Alright, Raz.
I'm being serious, safe and alive, Chips. Again, I don't want to come back. She said. Okay. Sorry, I'm really invested in this person now.
Donbury.
I'd hate to see, you know how I am with girls who fall asleep and may never wake up again.
Sounds weird. That sounds.
I think
What is it, Sleeping Beauty?
even Chips, weird as they are, is just giving you a look.
What is going on?
Donbury.
Dumpery? You want Dumpery?
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, yeah, we'll
Oh, yeah.
stop by Sushi Noen on the way back. Okay, you're
Yeah.
lucky. I like you so much. All right. Maybe this is for the best. So Wagamama's people are starting to give me looks, considering how often I came in. All right, I'm done. We've sorted out a babysitter for Leanne.
We go meet Free.
Fuck yeah, we should, Johnny. Let's go. You lead the way.
Right, are you
Hey,
contacting Dorian?
Yeah.
There's probably no need to because my lunch break finishes in 10 minutes.
I will contact him
Well,
and
it's
he'll
like-
be like, I'm on my lunch break.
I
And it
guess
finishes in 10 minutes.
it was like 4 or 5 o'clock when Free finished her lectures. So it's kind of like probably like finished work. Johnny, you've like missed a day of work, but you get a message. God, what's the fucking dude's name? Oh, fuck me.
There's Dave
Yeah.
and Steve.
you get a message from Steve saying, I heard you got picked out for special training. Congratulations, big man. See you when I see you.
Message him back. Thank you. Yellow heart, yellow heart. Hope to see you here soon or whatever. I don't know what to say. Yeah, that's it.
Nice. Yeah.
Wait. Before we do free thing, shouldn't we do we want to follow this thingy or leave it for now?
Do you mean Damien or go to the warehouse?
Thing is, we probably get dead to the warehouse, considering the towers people are there. 100% we're gonna get dead.
So what are you asking that we do in terms of pursuing?
I don't know actually.
That's the thing. I'm not entirely sure where Damien is, because I don't think we found out where Damien is. We knew that
did.
Freddie had. We did.
Yeah, because we found out that he works at this real estate agency, so we know.
Oh, he works for
where he
Freddie
works.
Adjumo.
Yep.
So we need to go for. Oh, you know what? Let's explain all of this to Free first, because we don't know what Free's plan is yet, do we? Did she tell you on the phone?
No.
No,
Okay,
I just
okay.
I texted being like, okay, we need to meet up.
Let's say we meet up in Soho, right? By this, in this bubble tea shop.
Hell yeah, we're going
Okay.
to Chat Time. Let's go.
To Chat Time. Yeah, we're there in the bubble tea shop, and we're like, all right, and then we basically debrief and Free.
Yeah.
What's your plan? So
do we see Free? Is she here yet? I got her a normal brown sugar boba. I don't know if you're into anything fancy.
It's too real.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, on that note, I'm going to go back to work.
Bye.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, I show up, I look at the bubble tea, and I'm like, what happened to you? Because you were being very nice.
What can I say? The sun is shining in the sky. There's warmth in my heart, and I have a bald lady in my bed. So what's not to love? Am I right?
There's a bald lady in your bed, man. Why? She doesn't even know you like that.
Let's explain the why behind it, shall we? And we recount to her everything that went on in the past day, including the fairy dust, the warehouse, Freddie Adjumo's connection with Damien, Damien being Leanne's partner who introduced her to fairy dust. Damien works for the same real estate place that Freddie Adjumo works at, asking of his
Where is it?
Yeah. Can we just do a Google search for this real estate and then find out the location?
You can do.
That sounds. Yeah. Use your wish, Samsung.
Right. So, what are you doing? Going to this place or looking this place up? What's the plan?
Yeah, just looking. Where is it?
Guys.
Looking.
You googled it before. This is like a big chain, like Parker and Adjumo estate agents. There's like 6 or 7 of them in London. They tend to be on the outskirts of London rather than like in the centre, but there's quite a few of them.
I mean, okay, here's what we could do. We could like see the missing spirits that Freeze needs to look at. The missing spirits thing that Freeze is worried about. We could like see where those locations are and then like see where the real estate
so you can prioritize, if there's something closer.
Yeah, if there's something like which has both, basically, we go and visit it.
Yeah.
Just so we can rule out where this Damien guy works and where he doesn't work.
I'm down for this. Right, so you guys, I don't have a phone again, so you can you
Wait,
can
no.
Google this shit.
Wait, so Free, you found out that it has something to do with your family, so the missing
I
spirit.
am thinking that I'm thinking that all of them are somehow connected because
Okay.
everything kind of happened at the same time-ish, and I'm sure if you Google it or if you look it up, like I'm sure the places that are dealing buried us are like close or like linked to the places where like spirits have gone missing.
I mean, the places dealing with fairy dust, probably then we have to hit the real estates
Yeah.
agencies. What you said you're gonna ask something to Victor.
Just because like last time they mentioned my family and like
He mentioned that he has the case on your family that he
yeah,
could like bring it to
and
light. But does that mean he would know?
actually no, I don't think he mentioned that because it's more like I remember. I
Wasn't that
think
what he was
Free only
threatening you with?
no, that was like Ratters was being threatened. Free was
Oh
joining
yeah, with the
because
subway.
she wants to learn how
Yeah.
to control her magic, but there's
Yeah.
clearly more to it because he
So
wants to
he
know
does.
all about Free's family.
So he doesn't know about your family. You like doing that to your family. I mean, do we know that? We don't know that either, right?
I don't
I
think
don't remember.
I don't think you've told anybody yet, so I would imagine
No.
no.
Okay, so I would not even bring that up. Cool. Uh, okay. So wait. Okay. I mean, wait. This Vikram guy wants us to investigate the missing
Fairy
spirits,
dust.
right?
He
And
wants
the
to.
fairy
He
dust.
wants us to investigate 4 different things. One of them is the construction. One of them was the um, loss of magic. One
Wait,
of them was
what about the construction thing? Did you want us to
that
investigate?
was modern. We were trying to get there, remember? But then we had the
I thought,
altercation with the
but
method.
I thought that was related to the missing spirits because it was the construction company that
That was
did
the construction company that you found. You found a
in
card.
Angel, right?
Yeah, that was the one that you found in the Muji.
Yeah, and it was trying to like basically make new places in all these places where the spirits are dead. Make new buildings. Is that what's going on with that construction company? I
It
mean,
might be. And I'm thinking, do you think there's a link between that and, real estate? Literally Freddie Adejumo.
I don't know, but wait. The reason I said that is like, what would we get from Vikram regarding the missing
The evidence that
people?
we have,
Missing.
he might be able to help us with um, understanding what it means.
Wait, what evidence do we have so far?
We've got the fairy dust.
That's okay. But
That's one thing. We tracked it to Freddie Adejumo. If he has more information on Freddie Adejumo.
that's not the missing people thing.
No, I'm just talking in terms of any evidence that we have at the moment.
Okay. So for the fairy dust thing, we have the real estate guy, which I mean, before we ask him about that, we should probably look at those agencies first, or
Okay.
visit them at least.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
for the missing spirits,
Mm.
what evidence do we have for that?
Well, we have what happened in the Islington shopping centre.
Yeah, and then we have that construction company that came out of it. Did we ask Vikram? Did we message him about that construction company?
Can we do it right now?
Yeah, we could message him about that construction.
Yeah.
Or some information for us, I guess. But what about in terms of your family, Free? Did you have any questions to ask
Yeah.
specific
What does he know?
about your family?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Should we just call him or email him?
I think calling him is just easiest right now.
Okay,
You know, answer all of our questions.
cool. Should I call him? I'm gonna
Yeah,
do my.
you're the only one with the working phone, is he?
Oh, Free has one, but I will use my emissary of peace again before
Okay.
calling.
Okay. So you're calling Vikram, right?
Yes.
Hello, this is the office of Vikram Singh. Joanne speaking.
Hey, Joanne, my guy, come on. Okay, so you know us, the main guys that came here. Vikram wanted us to work on stuff. Okay, we made progress, but we need help from you. Now, can you pass it to
Okay.
Vikram so we can? Okay, cool.
And
I mean, is Vikram free now?
what is this regarding? That's Mr. Blaze,
Uh,
yes?
yes, yes. It's regarding this construction company. Um, what was the company called? Shit, I don't have the name down.
Uh,
Oh. Wait, ask her. Do you know about the construction company that's renovating Angel Islington right now? The shopping center. And can you look into them
oh,
and give us some info?
um,
They're based in Modern.
based in Morden. What would be a company? Oh, is that possibly Leggett Construction?
Leggett. That was it.
Yes.
Leggett Construction. Yep. Do you have any more information about them that you can't find online? Anything?
I can tell you the name of the proprietor. That would be one
Sure.
Jeffrey Legg. I believe
Yeah.
he runs the company with his son, who appears to not be in the country right now.
Wait, who? The son or Jeffrey Legg?
The son.
Okay. Cool.
And is that the only? Oh, I whispered to Johnny. Ask her if that's the only site they have.
Are they renovating any other places in London that you know of?
Well, let me
Or
just have a look there for you. I believe they are renovating a few properties. It says here they have. Oh, it says here that they have 6 properties they are currently renovating. The largest is the shopping centre in Angels. Uh, uh, is there anything else that you would? Oh,
wait, what's the other ones? So you said the largest was an Angel. Do you have a list of the other ones?
I.
Yeah, Susan.
Is it Joanne?
It is Joanne. Where would I believe that they are currently renovating a small shop in Bexley, and there are a few small houses, I believe. And it looks like they are currently renovating.
Wait, where's the few small houses?
There's a small house out in Ealing, and there's one, I believe, in Croydon, and there's another out in. Oh, and then there's one in Camden.
Wait, so is that 5 so far, or the few small houses?
Few small
That
houses.
is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
Are you okay? So there's one more.
Yeah.
Yes. They also appear to have. Oh, let me see. What else do they have? One moment, please, Mr. Blaze. Ah, and I believe that they are currently renovating the Dulwich College old library.
Dulwich.
Yes.
Hold up. Ealing is West London. Camden is North London. Croydon is. Do you count Croydon as part of London? And if so, is it South London?
It is
Yes.
South London.
Yes, 12.
Extreme South London.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming Dulwich is like hella east, right?
Ealing is east already, right?
No, Ealing is the opposite. Ealing's west.
Oh yeah, Ealing is west, you're right.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm
Where's
just pulling up
Bexley?
a map right now.
Dulwich is
Bexley Park.
basically at the north of Croydon, like
Yeah.
halfway between Croydon and Peckham.
Interesting. Hold up. Is Angel the east one then?
Angel is north, right? I mean central north.
It is.
It's
Yeah, this is a
central-ish,
bit
yeah.
confusing. Huh. Yeah, it's very much in inner London.
Wait, Free, what question do you want me to ask regarding your family? Or do you want to ask?
Can you pass me the phone, please?
There you go.
Hello. Can I make an appointment to see him?
To see Mr. Singh?
Yes.
And who am I speaking to?
You know who you're speaking to.
Then that would be Miss Effervescent, I believe. I think we have
Mhm.
spoken in the past through email. What a pleasure it is to speak to you in person. I could possibly book you an appointment, not for today. It is unfortunately, and there's a pause, just gone 5 p.m. and Mr. Singh will be dining out this evening. I would be able to book you an appointment for tomorrow.
Sounds lovely.
And what time would that be for, Miss Effervescent?
Let's do it anytime.
Any time it is. Thank you very much, Miss Effervescent. I will send you an email with an appropriate time. Thank you very much for your call. If that would be all, I will be leaving.
Mm-hmm. Have a good evening.
Thank
This
you
is
very
it.
much, Miss Free. Have a good evening.
Did we have any more questions? Because I just hung up.
Spicy. No questions.
I think that was it, right?
Yes. Okay, so what do we want to do now?
It's already 5 as well, so we just do not pick up. We should probably wait. Can we match the estate agents to these property locations and try and find one
Let's do that. Yeah.
where there's an estate agent? So Wolf, you're gonna help us out. You're gonna which one has which of those properties that's been renovated has an estate agent that the which is close to it?
Does it have any properties on the land, or the buildings being made, are they being made and sold to Parker and Adejumo?
You would be able to roll an investigation check. Let's check your Googling skills.
Can we both do it? But I can't do it.
Somebody can do it, and
Free, go for
they
it.
can do it with advantage if anybody helps them. If it's free, then Citrine
Investigation.
can give. Yeah.
You have the
If it's
Google
free, Citrine can give them advantage.
Okay. Let me find the dice.
Johnny, what's your investigation?
+0.
Minus +4.
Or yeah, +0.
Oops,
Wait.
where's it gone? I got Oh wait, am I rolling twice?
You can, yeah.
With advantage?
Yeah.
Okay, the first one. What's 12 plus 16?
16.
Yep.
You you find that there is a branch in Croydon.
Oh. Let's go Croydon, guys.
It looks like we might be.
Should we just go to the
Also, if you go to Magic
library on
City
the way?
handouts, Simon, you will see your email from Joanna.
Oh
Oh
my
gosh.
god.
Oh, I don't want to.
What did this bitch say?
Oh, that's doable.
Very nice. She was actually super nice. The hell? She's
No,
so
she was not.
cross-eyed on the phone, bro.
roll an insight check. 3.
Okay. Ah. Oh, I rolled the wrong one. It was a 12 again. I should roll somewhere else.
Yeah, she seemed lovely. Right. Okay. So you're going to. It's like I said. It's currently the evening time, which obviously you're most welcome to. If go there still if you want.
Where do we live again?
We live fucking. I don't know about you guys. I just live everywhere. It seems like I have a home under London.
Rattus
In the
tends to
sewers.
live in underneath the Houses of Parliament, to be honest. With
Good heating.
yeah, with chips. So
Great heating with the gunpowder plot. The
um,
straight fire.
so yeah.
Did we live in like city? Is that where we said we lived?
I think you have. I think it's in your thing somewhere. Where you live. I can't remember exactly. I think who said they lived in Camden?
I think that was
I
mine
think
because
you
that's
lived in
near.
Camden. Yeah.
Oh,
I
we were
think
all living together.
Well, we weren't.
no.
Wait, what? I swear we were.
Why would we
Well,
be living together?
why would we be living together?
What kind of TV show are you trying to act out in your head? This is really what?
Oh
No,
my
no,
god.
I swear you guys said we were living together.
We were
With all
staying
due
together
respect.
because of like life and death.
Wait,
Go
so
on,
we are
told you
living?
life was going to be this
No.
way, man.
Now
I
I'll
mean,
find it
I'm a
from
rat. I ain't
I'll
living
find it
with
from
you.
session 0 and come back to you guys next week. Watch me,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna have all your asses on the trainer.
It's just making shit up at this point.
Yeah.
Really? Is that what you're
Well,
gonna say? Okay, I'm coming for you only.
It's all recorded on Spotify. There's no
Exactly.
way.
I can look it all up.
Oh fuck.
Right. So, I'm guessing you're heading off to Croydon, or are you gonna kind of like get a long rest and sleep it off and then go in the morning? It's up to you guys.
We already had a
I'm not-
long rest.
Yeah, we're chill. I'm ready for a midnight walk.
Oh,
I'm ready for a.
hey, can we do a
investigation
short
at night.
rest? Can I do a short rest on the journey there?
Why do you need?
Like if you're taking a cube or something.
Do you
Or
get
just
some
for my
connection?
channel divinity because I spent it
Oh,
for
okay,
the
yeah.
phone call.
While you're kind of like getting there, I will say, you know, enough time to rest. Depending on how you choose to get there, there's enough time for you to rest. If you're just getting the tube, London
Yep.
transport, no joke.
Just
Wherever
sleep.
you met up, you know, getting all the way to Croydon is going to be a bit of a long thing anyway. So, yeah, that's fine.
Oh, all right.
Right.
So we go to the house or the real estate first, because probably the real estate.
So
We have all the addresses, right?
There's the real estate, there's the house, and this is also the area of the library. There's a, like I said, there's the
They're saying we could hit 3 things at the same
Yeah.
time.
So
Yeah.
there was the house in Croydon, like, and then there's the Dulwich College Library, and then there was the Parker and Adjuma estate agent.
We should probably hit the estate agents first, because wait, is it already closing time?
Yeah, everything, sort of businesses, like, getting to Croydon from kind of like, I guess, like Westminster, or wherever you met up. It's probably like 6, half 6 now, you know.
Cool. Cool.
Getting the
I mean,
tube
let's
out
just go
there.
to the library then, because the library might close. If it's
The library is the
it's
library and the
closed.
house are closed down.
Okay. Should we go library or house? What do you guys want to do? What do you
I'm
guys?
happy to break into the library, and I'm happy to enter the house willingly. Which one was open and which one was closed?
They're all basically the library and the thing are all like shut down basically.
Do we just
Shut down.
flip a coin? Roll a dice? Roll some dice and figure out where to go?
Okay? Where do you want to go? And
I
then
don't have a preference.
Right, you roll to see if we go to the house. I'll roll to see if we go to the library. Whoever gets the bigger number.
Are we rolling d20?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got a 16.
Yeah, that's pretty high. Please give me a low number. Nice. We're going to the where were you? Wait, what? Where are you going? What did you roll?
Library, bro.
Right.
Gonna go educate ourselves.
That's the
Are you
perfect
breaking
time.
in?
I guess so. Let's see what's
Yeah.
Okay.
what it's like to us.
What? Before we break in, wait, what time is it now? 6? 7?
Probably like
Okay, yeah.
half 6, 7. It's it's
And lie out
yeah.
because it's September 15th. Daylight saving has not hit.
Okay, should I send in Citrine first to check out the place?
Wait, what does the place look like? We don't.
Yeah.
It's a currently it's like a abandoned on the outside, kind of like a bit like boarded up windows at the front, but like not a lot of effort. There's again that kind of like chain link fence. As you begin to approach, I'm going to say you feel it most of all, Ratters. And I think maybe you kind of get like spot some tells in the way that Citrine is starting to glow faintly pink. This place is giving you familiar vibes.
Familiar vibes, as in it feels like the shopping center in Islington.
Yup.
Or it feels like Citrine because she's a familiar.
Oh gosh.
That's very good. It gives you similar vibes to the shopping centre.
Okay. Oh wait. Are Braz and I feeling the same like tingy thing at the back of our neck?
As you approach closer and closer, Johnny, you start to feel a familiar throbbing pain in Julie.
Damn.
You start to feel a brand on the back of your neck free begin to heat up ever so slightly. And Rattus notices the slightly pink, sort of almost like burnt skin, like fresh pink skin after a burn of somebody who has been sort of put to fire in the shape of a fox on the back of Free's neck. And Ratus, you feel a familiar throbbing pain in your back. Ratus, can you roll a wisdom save, please?
Aye.
Damn.
Thanks for sorting that. Aha! 6.
Fucking hell.
Um,
Fucking hell,
That's the
mate.
improvements.
We fucked. We fucked out you.
okay.
This is why I only roll in real life.
Did you say wisdom save?
Yep, wisdom save, not check.
You said a save.
So
Damn.
I would
You said
roll-
save as well.
I would roll it again because that was a check, and I'm
Oh,
going to be very
my bad.
generous.
Hold up. What's the difference? Is it the
Save.
plus 6?
Yeah.
Saving throw.
Okay.
What did you get?
14.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Can I use divine sense quick? Do you think it covers the radius of the house?
Of
60
the
foot.
library.
Oh, wait, library.
Yeah, I thought you guys were at the
Yeah.
library.
Okay.
Probably you're probably about like I don't know. I want to say like you're probably about like 10, 15 feet away from the front door. Like I said, there's like the man. Every time I hear those sirens on this music, it trips me out. Mad. There's like a chain. There's one of those crappy chain fences, like wire kind of metal fences. About 10 feet away from you is a front door. It's literally just got like crappy almost like cheap kind of plasticky sign nailed into the front of like a very old like Victorian kind of like Victorian library, like really gorgeous wooden doors. Someone has like nailed in like a shitty bright yellow sign saying keep clear, no trespassing.
Wasn't that the sign we had to destroy at Angel? Because remember, there was a sign that was like doing all the effects.
Yeah.
Does
the
anybody
place.
remember what it looked like in particular?
It was like a. I'm going to the Magic City handouts. It's the one like an exclamation mark with the yellow thing. Is that the one? So it looks like that.
It is the same yellow triangle with an exclamation mark inside it.
Remember, we had to destroy that to like
Mm-hmm.
get rid of the spirit or some shit last
Yeah.
time.
It was not to get rid of the threat, but to bring magic back.
It is the same picture.
That's true.
In Magic City handout.
Okay. Should we just oh wait, sorry. Go on.
Also, I will say you also get an email, and I will put it in the chat as well. Free from Joanna again. That comes with one of those like "I am currently out of the office" lines at the bottom, and it just says, "Pass on my regards to Mr. Blaze. I forgot to mention that they had just been assigned a final contract in Enfield."
Oh, okay. So 7 places.
So 7 places.
Did she say what it was about? The final contract?
She did. She said it was a small nightclub that closed down in Enfield.
That's where we need to be, guys.
Yeah.
That we're gonna fight the disco ball.
Animated disco ball.
Animated DJ Dex just throwing out straight tunes, straight fire
This is
jams.
such a Johnny Blaze thing to be doing, going to the nightclub.
The closed down nightclub, by the way, though.
Yeah.
As you use your divine sense, you feel that familiar, not undead, not demonic, not divine. It's like normally with divine sense, you know that something is there, and you can kind of tell what it is, or you can tell that it's kind of normal. It's like nothing is in front of you. Like if you shut your eyes, nothing is in front of you.
Wait, what?
So
Okay.
we're lost.
Okay,
That
okay,
kind of
okay.
feeling.
It's like empty. It's vacuum, void, right? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, Rax, do you want to do the honors? I'm joking. Wait, Free wanted to send her thing in, right?
I can't use. Wait, wait a minute. Can I just check if I can use my magic at all in this place?
Wait, what's the fox's name? Oh,
Citrine.
sorry, Citrine. My bad.
Trin. I'm just calling
Sorry,
Trin.
Citrine.
As happened before, you as you're getting closer and closer, you feel your connection to the city is getting cut off, but that you can use magic here,
Here,
Including wild shape.
including wild shape, through the thing on your back.
Huh.
So it's because of the mark on your back that you can use magic here.
That's interesting.
Um,
I asked Free, can you feel the connection as well? Is your mark flaring up?
Is it?
yeah, mine is
as
like
you get
bounce it
closer,
once.
you can feel it very, very so slightly. Like it's warm to the touch, and citrine is glowing ever so faintly pink.
I would like
Magic's
to
all wet.
wild shape. Sorry, not wild shape, but use my shape changer again to fuck up my ears and see if I can hear better, like I did in the world between.
Roll a nature check.
Alrighty. Nature. Okay, that's a 6.
You try, but
Oh, guys.
the connection to your magic is spotty here. You find your natural magic even being slightly suppressed.
Oh,
How many did I notice? The number of things, or is this just no?
no.
Did I notice the number of things inside the undead thingies, the not undead thingies, the undead?
Living?
You sense that there is a familiar presence inside. You
The
can't
unalive.
get an idea of how many.
Okay.
Oh, the green tea bottles.
Okay. Cool. We should probably destroy that sign though before we go in. I feel like that could help.
Yeah, let's immediately destroy it.
Wait, let's.
How did we destroy it last time?
Wait, are there people around? Is this like a quiet street? What's going on?
There are people around. Roll an insight check, and whoever wants to can either roll as well, or they can roll with advantage.
Yeah.
Two
I got-
chances at a check.
I got flat 10.
You know what? Let me use a natural.
I'm not going to re-roll that
dice.
because I think that's a pretty average outcome for me.
This was much worse. I got a 7.
Go
What
worse
are you?
than a
Wait, what were you rolling for?
They were
insight.
rolling for insight. You. There's some people around. That's all you get from that. From a 10.
Okay. There's some people around. It's gonna look bait destroying.
But
the
it's
street
getting
sign.
like darker. It's probably going to be like pretty, like probably in like an hour or two. It's going to be like fairly dark.
I just put my hood up, and I'm okay with that as a disguise. If anyone sees me damaging property, what are they gonna do? It's fucking Dulwich. What are they gonna do? Call the police?
maybe
Nobody knows this place exists.
maybe we can make Citrine do it. Like no one's gonna care about Fox. Fox does random
Wait,
things.
how high
You
up
know,
is the sign?
The sign
Can
on
we
the
take
door.
it down?
So the sign's like about 50 feet ahead of you. It's kind of sort of, I guess like chest sort of height.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what happened last time you destroyed it?
The place came back to life.
Yes, the magic
Okay.
returned.
But the person wasn't hurt.
No. Wait.
Good question.
I mean, no one was
Oh.
hurt then. So,
Okay.
like we would have known if something happened.
Yes. Okay, then. Yeah,
Because we would be unalive.
I guess, yeah, we can send Citrine to, like, destroy the sign. It's just a regular fox destroying property.
People don't seem to notice, but Citrine is definitely glowing. Like absolutely. Like the closer that Citrine gets to the building, there's like a very faint kind of almost like baby pink sort of glow around Citrine as they get closer and closer to the sign. I think you're in range, so you can command Citrine to do whatever you want to do.
Okay, just destroying the sign. How is that done?
I guess. Rip it.
Roll a d20 for me.
Okay.
We did this last time. What did we do?
I mean, if it functions like an ordinary metal sign, maybe we can, like, bend it enough to break it in half.
I got... what is this? Oh, it's a 9.
A 9.
Yeah.
Citrine is currently jumping up and yip, and doesn't quite manage to hit the sign.
Was that an attack roll? No. Or just
No, just regular.
was it a regular? Okay. Damn.
Can I create bonfire?
Straight to arson. if at first you don't succeed, go straight to burning it down.
Is there any clear space around this library where we can maybe just put the sign down, and then I can set it on fire?
Can
Oh,
I
wait,
help
I have an idea.
cause distraction?
Okay.
Actually, I don't know if this will work. I can cast my mage hand, which might work on, like, very light objects.
The sign is
wanna,
like it's like a one of those like plasticky kind of like signs. It's like nailed into the door. You probably wouldn't be able to move it with your mage hand.
No.
I can try and pry it out with my raw physical strength.
Fuck yeah.
I think we're not supposed to draw attention to ourselves. That's why we sent Citrine first.
Again, it's a library. Who
It's
gives a
nailed.
shit about
It's
those?
nailed in the door. How are we going to be subtle about this
You just
without a screw and a hammer?
It's plastic. Surely it's not that hard to pull off.
That's true.
I mean, you are a firefighter, aren't you?
That's true. I don't have to make.
for?
I don't have to make big movements to put a lot of strength. Because I'm strong.
Can I goad him? I bet Julian, what's her face, can't do that. I bet you're not strong enough to pull it off the door.
Wait, chill out. I'm gonna do it anyway. Relax. But wait, can you guys create a distraction or something somehow while I'm doing this?
I turn around and slap Free. No, I don't slap her.
Okay, I'm heading towards this as like waiting for him to stop.
Look at your cantrips, Free.
What does Free have?
Free, what kind of cantrips you got?
Should I create a minor illusion?
You have Eldritch Blast, don't you?
No, I don't.
I still can't believe I don't have Eldritch Blast.
We killed her whole family. She's not gonna have Eldritch Blast.
Sorry,
It's too
I'm
much
just
trauma.
thoroughly enjoying Ashwin's face right now.
Everyone has Eldritch Blast. Okay.
Right, cool.
Okay, I can create a minor illusion, but what should I create?
Maybe you can
you
create
can, you can create either sound or image.
Yeah.
maybe people screaming
And you
on
can
the other side.
you can cast it at range as well, so you can cast it away from us.
Okay,
Like
something
30
that
feet
will
away.
attract attention in London.
Gunshot. That's too much
Oh.
attention. Hold up. That's too much attention.
Oh, okay.
No.
No.
Police
Police will
sirens
come, right?
on the other. Yeah. Just have that mad police sounds coming elsewhere, or maybe an explosion.
That's a bit too much attention. Should I just do a regular fight going on? Actually, no, that's a bit too much for minor illusion.
I will allow you to roll an Arcana to do something more than the spell.
Okay, I think just maybe the very. Yeah, should I do illusion of like just like people fighting or just the sounds of like
Go for it.
a brawl, and that will distract people?
I mean, so long as it keeps people's eyes off of us. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, and I guess doing it at range so people will not be looking towards the library.
Just roll a quick Arcana check. Let's see how
Okay.
successful your deception is.
Yikes.
Plus
That is an
4.
8.
8 plus 4.
No, that's already +4, man.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You guys hear like if you've ever watched like old Batman, you guys hear like that level of like cartoon violence going on in an alleyway.
Pow, pow, pow,
Like
pow.
pow, pow, pow. Not far away. It's certainly distracting. There's a distraction going on.
Okay, as I wait, as soon as I hear this, I start pulling on the door.
Roll a quick strength check. Athletics,
go.
I guess.
Oh, I'm
Roll your mad athletics with its +6.
+6, and I get a 7 total. I almost got a 7 total, but it was a 13.
That's enough to you tear this off the door. Can you, in particular, roll me a quick insight check? Because you have a really low passive insight. Yeah.
Jesus, 5.
Okay, cool. You put it off the door.
Too busy looking at my arms flexing so hard right now. Yep. That's it.
Yep. Put it off the door.
And I tuck it away. Can I tear it in half? And I just be like, oh!
Yeah. With your strength, yeah, you absolutely can tear it in half. You rip this like plasticky thing in half. As you do, Ratus, I think, you see a very, very tiny, like it's one of those like this could just be a trick of your eye, like a brief flash of pink. It suddenly turns
just out of the
red.
corner of my eye.
Yeah, where Johnny is.
Where Johnny is. I quickly turn towards the flash of pink light, trying to see where it's coming from.
It came from the sign.
Interesting. Okay.
Tour.
And is there anything residual on it?
Just a sign.
How does your magic feel? Do you still feel?
Good question. I tap into my powers again, and DM, am I able to smoothly and easily access them?
Your powers are very much like to do with connection with the city. You feel the power begin to sort of like well up through the stones beneath your feet. This is the magic of the world below. And as you do that, you feel that like just that little bit of extra, people turning to ignore you, people looking away, that little bit of extra blending in that you felt so much when you walked with the Beggar King. And for a second, as you feel that, just roll a flat d20 for me.
Do this. Actually, you know what? Let me go offline.
Or religion. Actually.
Oh, okay. So, okay. I'm not gonna say. Oh, I don't know if I want. I got an 18.
18.
Yeah.
You see a nicotine-stained finger and a fingerless glove. You feel a weight on your shoulder, and you feel your power begin to flow through your body once more. The place in front of you, you see, is completely like empty in your vision. This is another place of that whatever was here is no longer here.
You did a good job, Johnny. Did a good job.
Hey,
Things are right again.
Don't thank me. Thank them.
I will never do that. And if you suggest it again, I will punch you.
So what
Don't
you
worry.
guys?
It's okay. People don't know how to be grateful. Okay?
Oh God, I love that. I love Johnny. So there's like obviously there's the no, like I said, it's one of these like, you know how in London there's sometimes just these like old leftover buildings that haven't been torn down, and it's just like beautiful, like really sort of like thick gothic, like fake gothic. Like this was some Victorian like pet project thing of like, you know, it was made much later, like really big archway, thick dark like wooden door. There's kind of like, you know, like gargoyles sort of like along sort of little ledges, and you can see up above there's these big like archway windows, and sort of like thick stone pillars up either side. It's like a very sort of solid looking building, but again you feel that kind of like alienation as you're kind of walking through this place.
Are you going, guys?
Can we see any signs or anything written on the wall here? Because that's what I'm specifically scanning for. Anything written on the walls like the previous messages we've had. Make a shadow on the wall. Turn
Wait,
off.
are we inside? We're not inside yet, right? We're outside.
So I haven't gone inside yet.
No.
No.
Not
Nope.
yet.
I thought we
This
were
is
getting
still
a description
outside.
of the inside.
Nope, this was
No,
just the front door.
Yeah, the front door, the name.
I turn impatiently to the other two and I say, "Can you break in now?"
No. Okay, we're sending in Citrine first to see the place.
Yeah.
Um, roll a quick investigation check, Simon, to see if you Free, to see if you can find a place for Citrine to go in. You can see through Citrine's eyes, by the way. I don't know how much.
19.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's why I was saying that.
Within like, you know, like a minute or so of you guys sort of like awkwardly standing outside this library, Citrine has sniffed around and found a there's like a one, you know, one of those awful things of like, it's a window has been broken, somebody's just like put tape, like masking tape over it or something, and it's like come loose. You're like 99% sure Citrine could easily get through this.
Okay. I asked Citrine nicely to go through.
Citrine, yep, and dives through.
Okay. What's she seeing?
As Citrine enters, give me one moment for atmosphere. Right, as Citrine enters, what does Citrine see? As Citrine enters, you see a large, high-ceilinged hallway. There are in front of you, there's like lots and lots of these like big, thick, like wooden tables. There's like you know when they've got like the sort of like green kind of like baize on top that's like kind of cracked and peeling. It's dusty here. There's like what have been like almost look like kind of like old candelabra, sort of big candle holders, but somebody swapped out all of the candles for like, you know, cheap sort of fluorescent bulbs. Big sort of like black and white tiled floor, and in front of you you can see basically like a bunch of bookshelves. And that's kind of like to yeah, I think that's everything you can see.
Is there a map?
There is a map for Citrine. Give me 1 second to put it up because I just need to put on Fog of War. I was making this stuff on the fly, so right. Citrine managed to come in through a window, and you can kind of see probably like this much. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not seeing any people there.
This place is completely empty.
Okay. Okay, so I turned to the guys and I'm like, okay, it looks empty. Do I want her to explore a little bit further before we go in ourselves?
I'm down for that. If she sees anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down for that as well.
Yeah, just as far as she can go, because I think I know there's a limit for how many.
I think she can go as far as you want. I think that there's the limit
Oh,
of
okay.
like how far she can go. Basically, there's a limit. I think it's to how far you can communicate. But I think that there's no limit to how far a distance you can see through your familiar's eyes. But you can't direct Citrine once they get past 100 feet.
Oh, okay. So yes, just
We can
explore
start
a little
inching in.
further.
But
Yeah, any places that Citrine has seen, maybe.
But Citrine would know that sort of. So let me just quickly find my little Citrine token. I definitely have one somewhere. Citrine would know that this kind of sort of downwards direction is towards the front door.
Okay. So yeah, just go. I guess going a little bit further.
There's Citrine. Let me just give you control. Cool. There you go. You have your fox.
Damn, this is a sexy library, you know.
I know. I love it. I kind of wish I had it. So this kind of direction is towards you. There's just kind of a load of dusty books at the moment surrounding you.
Sorry, give me a second. I'm trying to refresh.
That's all right.
Oh, is it because you can't see your tokens?
Yeah.
Just laggy as hell, Roll20, to be honest.
Yeah, I can't see mine either.
No.
Oh, that's because your tokens aren't here yet. It's just the
Oh,
Fox.
Oh,
Because you haven't joined in yet unless you've entered.
nope. I'm chilling outside.
There's just a little fox familiar.
I'm waiting for Simon to go like, yeah, let's go.
Wait, still not seeing.
1 second, let me just try something. That worked? You see it now?
Let me refresh one more time.
Okay. Obviously, Raz, I think actually as well, alongside that kind of like rush of your
Yes.
power returning to you, you have a high enough passive perception to realize that, like, this is weird, right? Like standing outside an abandoned library in the middle of like 7 o'clock in the evening. Like, normally,
So
like,
weird.
and you're an unusual crew of like 3 people and a fucking urban fox. Like, people should be caring about this. No one has looked at you. No one has even walked on the same side of the street as you.
You know, there's something weird about this place, Johnny. I mean, we're a bunch of hoodlums stood outside a library. We don't have any books. We don't even look like we're returning them.
That's true.
And no one has paid a single bit of attention to us. In fact, no one has come anywhere near us.
Hmm.
What do you think that means?
Is it like the same thing as last time when we were at Angel and no one
That's
cared
true.
really?
It's like there's a force field around this place that's pushing people away.
Well, it works for us though.
It does work for us.
No one
Something
can.
to think about, though.
That's true. That is true. What was it you said before? Was it the spirit of the place is
The
gone,
spirit of the place was gone.
and so people don't care anymore about it? I don't know.
It's like their eyes like glaze over it, I think. Or are they actively repulsed from this place, dear?
They're actively what?
Repulsed.
Roll a
Oh.
quick insight check for me.
Ooh, 23. That's a nat 20 plus 3.
Damn.
Yeah, boy. Oh boy.
Ratus, you are probably the person who best understands an element of this magic. The magic of the world below is very much a magic of, like, almost camouflage, like becoming one with the city. People don't look at beggars. Not really. You turn your face away, you keep on moving, you don't interact, you just get on with things. It's a magic of invisibility. When you really want to, Ratters, normal people can't see you. In the same way that, like, there's a whole ass fucking town thing underneath Westminster. No one's ever noticed. It's a magic of being so, there. It's like a background thing. But it's a magic of not being seen. People's eyes kind of skate over you.
Yeah,
Everybody that's walked past here is actively, like, people turn down this road and cross the street to be on the other side. Like, they don't look, but it's not like glancing over it. It's like they don't even turn towards it. It's like this place does not exist. It is, but also a bit of a, with a nat 20, something about this place is like really, really uncomfortable for the people who are going past it. There's something wrong. And even though these people are not magical and they can't tell, they're not like you, they're not like Johnny who've got like divine sense. They can't tell exactly that there is something wrong. They know that this place is wrong, because you can see and you can feel with your kind of amazing religion check, that kind of like connection
Your
to
insight, sorry.
the people of him who guides.
Him who died.
An abandoned place like this, where it's warm, like big thick walls.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like a squatter's dream, right?
Hmm.
But no one's come here. There's no, this is not a place that beggars would come.
And I'm still feeling this after we broke the demolition sign.
It weakened when you broke the demolition sign, but it's still there.
We gotta get rid of that thing, maybe.
Again, it's that feeling of like, it's the thing that helps you find a switch when you go there in the dark. It's something that, even when everything else fails, keeps beggars warm, keeps the wind out through the window, even when it's broken. It's that kind of that like warmth, I think, is probably what you feel. And I think with that, with a nat 20 on insight, you feel for a moment a familiar kind of like presence next to you. Feel again that fingerless gloved hand on your shoulder. And you hear a voice in your ear just say, "Shaman shit."
Shaman shit.
I look around me trying to see if I can see anyone behind me, and if I can't, I just say out loud, "Shaman shit." Johnny.
Shaman shit?
Know
What's
anything
shaman
about
shit?
shamans?
Aren't shamans that thing in World of Warcraft? No? Okay. Shaman shit.
You'd know better than I do. But shamans, you ever heard of shamans showing up here, Johnny?
Shamans. Hold up. Is it the bag lady?
No, but
No.
free as someone who is connected to that element of things from her family, you've heard of shamans.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up. Shamans are people who, in the old days, roll a history check actually. Let's see, does Free know?
18.
With an 18, you know that shamans used to be like the people who became at one with the woods, at one with the mountain. In a city, is someone who becomes at one with the city. It's they're the people who see the ghosts in the graveyard, who see the shadows that walk beside you. You know that there aren't many places you find shamans in a city. It's really uncommon for your magic to kind of go that way. The closest thing you've met to any sort of shaman is probably Rattus, but Rattus is not a shaman.
I'm no shaman, bro.
They're just kind of like connected to the city.
I'm just deep like that.
With an 18, I think you might remember that. You remember that the tribe is probably the only place you can think of that definitely has a shaman. You remember your parents talking about the tribe, but the tribe are fucking weird.
Ooh.
Okay, I pass on all this information.
Are you inside?
No, Citron
Where-
is go inside. I think we should all just go inside.
I'm up for it.
We just go inside.
Yeah.
Do you need to prep anything?
Can I do? Should I do like an Arcana check and see if there's any weird magic around
Yeah, sure.
or inside? Okay,
Arcana, I think, would probably be to check magic.
33.
Wow. Ooh.
Go.
Damn.
Go. Let's go.
Do you know what? I'm just going to stop for a moment to just say it's so nice to have a character in a campaign that has a high intelligence. It's just like really enjoyable.
What are you trying to say?
Like I played a whole like my other campaign, nobody has any int whatsoever, and every time you're like, make an Arcana check, it's like -1. It's so depressing. Arcana check with a 23. Like I said, this is like a magical dead spot. The only magic you feel here is the familiar. With 23, you taste a hint of like a salty copper tang in the back of your throat.
No slaughter.
Oh god.
Shit. Here we go again.
Here we go again. Ah, shit.
Okay, I tell the guys this and also tell them like, okay, if any of us feel any violent urge towards each other, in case they have
Act
a
on it.
first or second,
What? Sorry.
no,
Huh?
then we're getting out of here.
Side eye to Johnny right now.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Are you? So you're all going inside?
Hmm.
Hell yeah! Can I wild shape into a What's an animal that has keen eyesight?
There are many.
I'd go automatically for a rat, but I'm not sure if their eyesight's the best.
Should we let Citrine roam around a little bit inside? Like
Yeah.
get a
We
full
just did.
layout.
She's been on for a while, no?
But she just like in one area, right? She hasn't actually gone anywhere else, has she?
You did like roam about a little bit, but that was not very far in. You can. Do you want to shift into a cat?
Oh shit! Yeah, hell yeah! Can I turn into a cat?
Could you?
Uh,
You have to make sure you're away from Citrine though.
You're gonna get decked. Just saying.
You're
Cats
gonna
have
get
low
Me and
HP.
my pals.
you
Well,
can
just have a
shift
little-
into a cat if you want to.
Wow! I turned into a cat. I'm a cat. I'm a sexy cat.
Wait, why
cat.
though?
eyesight.
Cats have decent eyesight and they're agile and they can smell better and hear better as well.
I thought that's why we have Citrine as our scout.
I mean, two is better than one, honestly.
Okay, cool.
Let me turn into a cat, bro.
To
Just
go for
take
it.
a short rest.
This is like cats. Are
Trying
you
to
like
play out my furry fantasy over
There
here,
you
and
go.
you're like preventing anything.
James Corden from Cats? Is that
Oh,
what we're looking at?
No!
Why would you say that, bro? Oh my
Maybe-
god,
okay.
I'm huge.
Maybe
Oh,
a
yeah.
Judy Dench from Cats.
How is
I
that
don't
any
want to be any
better?
of the cats from Cats.
Sorry, it's a very
I
squished
can't
cat.
control it yet. DM.
1 second. Let me just sort that out
No
for
problem.
you. Yo. Cool.
I'm giving you the cat equivalent of a dirty look, Johnny Blaze.
Why is James Corden looking at me weird?
That's you, Simon, by the way.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay,
Toxoplasmosis.
as
Remember
you
that.
get there,
What?
the place opens up a little bit more.
Um. So we're all officially inside. Is that
You're
correct?
all officially inside. Came in through a window. Still just feels weird here. The same weird as Muji felt.
Yeah. Can I
Wait.
see anything on the walls?
Yeah. Is there light, or is that light?
There is like a very, very like faint light coming from these things. They're like flickering basically. Roll a perception check, Radis, if you want to see what's on the walls.
Hell yeah, I will. I don't want to use that. What's my perception? It is a +5. Let me use it in person. No! That's a 7.
Wait, did you get like
Uh,
a 2 + 4 or something?
I
Wait, I
did.
can't do math.
I did.
Oh my
all
god!
of that
Oh.
for a drop like.
No!
How are you cursed with this?
I don't know. I don't know.
Wow.
This is what James Corden cat gives you.
Um.
The ghost of James Corden is doing these roles. It's not me.
For a moment, Raz, you're like, I'm gonna really, really look around here, and then you see that there's like a little like tassel rope hanging from a table, and you're like,
Holy shit.
holy fuck, that is so cool. And you all look around to just see that Ratus is currently over here by a like sort of a bookshelf just playing with the tassel.
You guys, I'm like meowing. I don't know if I can actually speak in wild
you can
shape.
just
I'm
meow.
like, I'm just meowing loudly at them. I'm like, are you seeing this right now?
Radis, man, I thought you were a rat. Is this what rats do?
Johnny, you just see like, you know, Ratus just like turned into a fucking full-on black cat and then jumped over and then just started playing with a bit of rope and meowing at you.
Nice.
Mao.
Okay. Mao.
That is an aggressive meow.
That's the James Corden meow.
Oh, please!
Anybody want to do anything else?
Can I just light up a torch?
Well, you can, you know.
I mean, can
put
I?
a torch
Yeah,
on your
yeah,
phone.
yeah. Can I just do that?
Yeah.
Flash.
Yeah, you absolutely can. Right. Hopefully, this is revealing map to you. Yeah, that's what you can see.
Oh,
with
wow.
the torch on.
Wait, so the cat is in the middle.
Yeah, just playing with a bit of rope.
That's where they sacrifice things, man. Get out of there.
I'm assuming there's like bookshelves everywhere, right?
Yep.
Can I have a peruse around and see if there's anything suspicious?
You can
Man.
absolutely. Investigation check, please.
There's some creepy ass library.
I'm loving this place. I
Oh
wish I was
gosh.
in a place like this.
Wow.
It's a 9.
Wow. It's become that, hasn't it? You search for a very long time. Like, I think, you know, you're a student. There's actually some like interesting books here on like, you know, like human rights and stuff, and it's like, you know,
I get so
maybe-
distracted by it.
you're like maybe I could just like, you know, like no one's using these books. Like this is like, you know, like 60 quid's worth for like one book. Like goddamn, that's so expensive buying books at uni. And then after a while, sort of over here in the corner, you find that someone has placed a book, and on the spine, it's bright yellow with a black exclamation mark.
Oh,
Should I pick this up? Um,
do I see
You
this?
know-
Okay, I don't see it. I don't see it. That's- Thanks.
Also, remember, Free, whenever you're doing like out of combat checks, provided your familiar is with you, roll them with advantage, because your familiar can give you the help action.
okay.
I remember that sign. I mean, free.
Yes, but also Free is like very distracted by the books, so he's
That's
probably gonna pick up.
You pick it up, and you feel a familiar burning sensation at the back of your neck, but nothing appears to be happening. It just says on the cover. It's just a simple book. There's all it has is what's it got on the front cover? All it has on the front cover is demolition practices. That's it.
Are you gonna read it?
The
Yes.
sacred text.
Okay.
Okay. Let's call this another investigation check, I guess. Or actually, just a flat intelligence check. And you can roll it with advantage.
Okay.
So just adding +2 to whatever you're rolling.
Oh boy. Oh, that's even worse.
You just see a book that seems to be full of, pretty boring. You keep seeing that like yellow triangle with a exclamation mark in it.
Okay. Since Free probably has no idea what it means, she's probably gonna put it back down.
Cool.
You have an idea though.
I do, but like my character does not. So.
Fair.
I mean, if any of you guys see a suspicious yellow book with an exclamation point, like go for it.
Make your rolls, guys. What are you doing? What are you doing, Johnny?
I'm using divine sense
Again?
to see.
Okay.
Yep. If I can pinpoint anything.
In this room, nothing. You feel that like faint, familiar, slaughtery feel above you.
Above you. Okay. Cool.
But this room doesn't appear to have any kind of like presence in it. Yeah. I think though you can probably clock Free picking up a book and dropping it. It's bright yellow.
Can I pick up that book that she dropped?
Yeah.
And would I think to tear it like a phone book? Like a phone book, just like
roll a quick. What would it be for Johnny? Roll a religion check, we will say, because I'm being kind.
Thank you. 16.
Suddenly, in your AirPods, you hear some like some break stuff, some like angry music. feel like
noise.
you probably wouldn't mind tearing this thing.
Yes. It's the Kung Fu Panda like theme song.
You, I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. You just rip this book.
Nice.
As you do, Ratus, you feel that. You see that same pink spark out the corner of your eye.
With my heightened senses, am I able to perceive it quicker?
I think now you're looking for it, you can see that
Yes.
when he tore up that book, there was
Yeah.
a brief flash of pink.
Well, okay.
I
And
go over to the
your
book and I
connection
pour at
to
it.
your magic came back a little bit stronger.
So yeah, I'd like to go to the book and just like pour at it and see if anything happens when I touch it. Oh no. Don't make that face.
What did you roll before?
Yeah.
Okay, nothing happens.
Ah. Alright. Right.
Or you tore it up.
Yeah, you tore it up. It started flashing pink, but yeah, nothing's happening now that I'm touching it
Just a
either.
book.
It's just a
Yeah.
book.
Torn up book.
So it's,
It's the torn up book. Does that mean I can see the pages inside the book?
Yeah.
Or is it torn up beyond recognition?
No, you can see the pages inside of it.
As a cat, am I able to see words like normal?
You retain your you keep all your
Intelligence.
mental stats. So
Yeah?
you're just as intelligent and wise as you normally are.
Yeah, so I push aside one of the pieces from the front cover and try and glean what I can from the ripped up page in front.
Roll an investigation check, please.
Okay, dokey. Right, let me go for the dice. +4. That's a 15 +4, so a 19.
Damn. Wow. I just kind of assumed that you were going to fail checks. You see this is like a really boring like textbook about, you know, like basically this is like a really, really boring health and safety textbook. And it goes through like a list of like, you know, signs that you should have up on a construction site, what each of those signs mean. But what you notice is someone has placed loads and loads of like pictures of that same yellow triangle with a exclamation mark inside the book.
Okay. This is handwritten, you're saying?
So no, like they're like just pictures, like, you know,
Okay.
like printouts
Yeah.
have been stuck inside the book. You also find 19. Someone has written in the book. It's hard to read because it's obviously been sort of torn. Somebody has written in the book, "Don't turn out the light." And somebody has also written in the book,
Make me a shadow on the wall.
no, not here. Somebody has also written in the book, I bind them.
I bind them.
Mhm.
I bind them.
like a book binds pages.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's actually what
No,
it's supposed
I bind them like bookbinding. Maybe they're a bookmaker. Maybe there's someone here.
Wait. With the previous time it was written, it was on the wall.
Yeah.
Right? And it
This
was
time
written
it was
blood.
written in a book.
So why would it be about books? Like, because the previous time was in the wall, and it was.
But this time we're literally in the library.
The previous
and there's a
time,
book.
the one that said, just because, you know, it's relevant. The previous time, the one that said, "Don't turn out the light," was carved in. The one that said, "Make me a shadow on the wall," was magically created there.
And in this regard, are these both just plain old ink? In the messages in this book.
Ink and paper pictures.
ink and paper pictures. I turn into
actually,
a
when
human.
did
Can I-
you did divine
Yeah.
sense, didn't you?
Yep.
You sense a very religion check.
13.
You sense a very, very faint trace of undead energy surrounding this book.
Free. Did you say this? What did you say about the shamans? Shamans before they were like, they hung around graveyards.
Say what?
You said something about shamans hanging around graveyards, right? Or like,
Oh yes, they hang around the dead, don't they?
and this has undead energy. And we also saw something, and Ratis got that thing shaman shit from his
Shaman
guy,
shit
from the Beggar King.
from the Beggar King.
So sounds like this is some necromancy. I don't know, shaman shit. I don't know.
Related
Definitely
to
magic.
spirit?
Hmm?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Did you say it's to do with the spirits?
I mean, when I think undead, I think spirits, but like I don't know if
Yeah.
it's connected.
no, maybe
When
Maybe
we're
that's
talking
the
spirits, it's more like the spirit of a place rather than
Yeah.
like
Oh,
departed
So that's why it would be
spirits.
linked.
maybe killing the spirits is like an undead thing. It's like an undead movement.
Possibly.
Oh, because when we went to Muji, the place was like dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe the act of killing it and then replacing it with something with nothing. I don't know. But maybe the act of that is killing, is undead. Necromancy shit.
I'm wondering if it's the slaughter even that's
Oh.
showing.
Oh, by the way, there's some shit upstairs that's ready to fight us whenever you want to go.
Are you for real?
Yeah, I sensed it a while back. With my
Oh shit!
yeah, it airdropped a message to me. It's like, come at me, bro. My divine sense acts in different ways every time. I'm gonna change it up.
Holy shit!
It's an app on my phone. It's titled Divine Sense. And
Love it. Do you
So
just
do
get that?
notifications.
yeah, it's sometimes it plays some music, sometimes airdrops messages, anything.
You know the Breath of the Wild. You know the Sheikah slate. You know the
Mhm.
sound it makes when you're near a
Oh,
shrine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what's
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
Can I leave my wild shape and turn back into my human form, please?
Are you getting ready for battle?
You can.
I'm thinking about it.
Oh, by
can
the
we get,
way,
like... Yes.
oh, this is for Ratis. Your wild shape, it adds hit points to your. So like you lose your hit points from wild shape, and then you start losing hit points from your normal form.
Yeah.
But you can't cast
I
spells.
am aware of that. But if I want to use Starry Form Archer, I have to use a wild shape to be able to actually use it.
But you could also like blast in there as wild shape. Once the form goes off, then
Yeah.
back off, cast your spells.
But I've only got two. I mean, fighting as a cat would be kind of shit.
Yep.
Why not change
No,
into
no.
like a giant panther or something?
Yeah, there's like.
I've only got 2 per short rest, and if I want to
Oh.
use a Starry Form Archer, which causes a solid bit of damage, I have to use one of my wild shape actions.
You have to use your wild shape slot for Starry Form.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
And I've only got 2 per short rest. Sorry, I decided to become a cat.
That's
Everybody your choice.
we all make mistakes.
Personal choice. Shut up. This is no mistake. This was intentional, okay? It was just a bad decision. It was just a fucking terrible decision.
Okay, I mean, anyone else need to prep anything?
Fee does not, but Simon would like to go to the restroom quickly.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I think it's a good time to take a quick break, and then we'll move
Yeah.
on.
Okay.
So go get some ice.
Ice,
I will also go to the
baby.
restroom.
What are you guys up to?
Oh, I must have told them about the thing upstairs. So
You
You guys
know
wanna
about
check
the
that out?
yeah. You mentioned about the thing upstairs.
There's something upstairs. You can surprise blast it.
How quietly can we? What? How do we get
I'm not
upstairs
quiet.
first?
I mean,
Where are the
are you
stairs?
still a cat?
I'm no longer a cat. I'm a human now.
There's oh, I don't think you've seen it yet. You've not come down this way yet.
No, I'm no longer distracted by the tassels, I presume. So I'd like to go to where is that supposed to be free?
I think
Johnny Blade?
that's free. Moving
Oh,
around
okay.
in the middle.
Sorry, I thought that was a girl. No, it's just a man in a very nice suit.
Yeah. Yeah. Where are you going, guys?
You wanna go upstairs? Do you see any more yellow triangles?
On this
In this
floor?
room?
Oh, I can I tell them also what I read in the book before we go upstairs?
If you come out of cat form, yes.
Yeah, I've come out of cat form. I'm now a human, and I call three over, and I say to them, "Did either of you manage to take a look inside the book? Because I found some interesting stuff in there."
Which books?
So the book that Johnny ripped up, first of all, it released some kind of pink zap, and the sign outside did as well. Now I've not been able to really find out any other information about what this zap is, but it's no longer there when I touch it. Now inside that book that I ripped up, I found a bunch of these same signs, and I also found the following phrases: "Don't turn off the light."
Mhm.
Don't turn off the light did show up in this book.
Yeah, don't turn out the light.
Yes.
Don't turn out the light. And the other one,
I
Different.
bind them.
what was it again?
I bind them or something.
I bind.
Oh, yes. I bind them. And this was accompanied by so many pictures, photos of that same demolition sign.
Things are binded to the signs,
Oh,
and that's why things change when we break them.
But the previous
That's
time on the wall
interesting.
there was no sign that
Mm.
the thing was written to.
Oh.
So
Are you saying there's no magical signs being bound?
no, I'm saying the previous time there was some writing on the wall that was like, "Don't turn off the lights." It was
Yeah,
there was no yellow signs next to it. Was
that's
there?
true.
There was, I believe, there was one carved into the floor, wasn't it? In the
Yeah.
mall.
There was.
There were
Yeah.
Oh, and that we
there
broke as well.
there were the same symbol was in the mall, and when you like basically got rid of all the ones in the shopping centre, the spirit came back to the place.
Okay, but
And
the
you
question
guys
is like,
ripped these symbols up.
we destroyed
I mean,
them.
we have 5
Yeah.
more places where we can find more clues, maybe more writing.
Free roll an Arcana check.
Oop. 24.
Whoa! Okay.
Sensational plays.
Just like the most casual nat 20 ever. Wow.
Wait, that was nat 20?
Okay.
Shit.
You would know from that 3. You were not a natural magic user, okay? So your family, they were very much sorcerers. They were very, magic was very much in their blood. They didn't have to think about it. You found magic, kind of in the wrong places, but I think you've been kind of a student of it ever since, trying to kind of control your powers. You know that in the old days, if you wanted to cast a spell, you would draw a pentagram on the floor, and you would, put like Latin and runes. Symbols of the city have much more power than anything else. A double red line in spray paint on the floor is one of the most powerful wards that you could ever put down. You know that essentially kind of symbols have power. This is a extremely powerful curse symbol. This is a symbol wanting something to be demolished, essentially. Nat 20
+4.
+4, yeah, so it's nearly a 25. I think you would also know that this is not a symbol of binding. This is a symbol that wants to destroy a place, or remove something. This is just pure bad mojo. This doesn't bind anything anywhere. And I think you also know that this is very much a fairly powerful, fairly competent wizard has written these curses into a book, essentially, and in the same way that they carved them into the shopping centre. And I think you suspect that this is probably to do with why there is no spirit in this place.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That is a lot of information.
Nat 20s.
Okay. This is a lot.
So, do you relay any of this to us?
Yes, of course.
Oh God,
So
a
guys,
lot
what kind
to
of
handle. You're right.
Yes, it's powerful wizard. It's a powerful spell. It's a lot of destruction. And
Wait,
it's
but
all
what
over
about the
London.
shaman
It's
before
not
and the undead stuff?
great.
Is it
Say
just the
that again?
powerful shaman, the shaman and the undead stuff? I mean, by wizard, do you just mean magical being?
That's what I'm not sure about. Because the shaman can do
Shaman is
magic.
a separate class, is it not?
Maybe it's
Yeah, but they can do magic.
I'm
Right?
gonna give you an extra thing because it was a nat 20. This is very much a spell that a wizard would use. Shamans do not do stuff like this. Shamans are
Okay.
all about like
Mm.
think hippie with shamans. They're like, you know, oneness with the city.
But you said they hang around dead stuff.
They hang around dead stuff in the sense that walking anywhere in London, you are walking through places that hundreds of thousands of people have walked through, and people have died in so many different places nearby. You know, realistically, the whole of London is one giant kind of like place of, you know, where people have fallen, where there are shadows of the past.
So, do we not feel like they're into necromancy?
I guess it's a history check.
Okay, +2. Here we go. 20.
Come on,
Nice.
big boy.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
It's a night of
Yes,
good rolls.
right.
Wow, Ratus. Ratus, as someone who is connected with the city, you know that once you're connected to it, it's pretty hard to fuck with it. You know, it's wrong. For a shaman to raise people from the dead just doesn't make any sense. They commune with the dead, sure. They commune with the past, with the city that's come before. They see the things that what's the way to put it? What's that? Right. Shamans. What's the best way to put it? Is probably the best way I'm trying to think
Fears?
of right now. They see the spirits. They know what is there. They look after the place. They commune with it. But, you know, it's all about. They know. I think with a 20, I'll say you know that shamans have special walks. And you know the names of 2 of the walks. One of them is you know the name of it because you've heard Chips basically talk shit about it. Where Chips said it's like a crap version of the Beggar King's walk. It's kind of a blending in, a becoming part of the city. You felt elements of it when you walked with the Beggar King. Shamans can kind of become like fade into the background, which essentially means that they can be almost invisible to definitely to normal people. The other walk you know that they can do is they can walk through the spirit realm and see the spirits themselves and speak to them. They normally have a spirit guide, but they're not really. They're not really necromancy, and they're not really like ritual spells kind of people.
Oh, okay. So
Shamans
the
are
fact
also
that the house
super
was
like
in,
fucked up normally. Comes from seeing all the dead people.
so the fact that the house wasn't like noticeable was because that was the shaman shit. That was that Ratis got a suggestion of. Yeah. And then the yellow signs were the wizard stuff.
Okay.
So there's a shaman and a wizard that's helping them.
Working together.
Got a doozy here.
Well, shamans is something to do with this, but the whatever cursed this place to be demolished, that was a wizard.
Okay. How's your spells, guys?
I'm ready. I have
Yep.
pretty much all my spells.
Okay.
Ready to blast. Blast.
If I have any stereotypes to go off of, wizards are supposed to have pretty low HP. So long as we can land some hits in.
Oh, this is not wizard. I don't think it was an undead upstairs.
It wasn't undead. It was the same vibe you got
It
from
was the slaughter
the
kind of
Muji.
thing. Yeah,
Ah,
the bot
fuck!
shit. Probably gonna be a book. And
Oh no, we're gonna be slicing up books.
like
Sacrilege.
freaking theory of physics 101 clapping
So
up.
what is our I want to say strategy if we go up against the same, because last time it really fucking longed out. I don't know what happened. What was the issue last time that we couldn't like kill these things?
We had bad rolls.
That's true.
I don't.
And
Nobody roll bad, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, your stats are also just.
that is also. I was
Shut
gonna say. I was gonna
all
say
of us
that.
combat
I was.
as well.
I was. I didn't want to say nothing.
Yeah.
Damn. I remember it was kind of peak though. Radis kept rolling like ones on his damage as well, even when he hit. So it was just so peak.
Yeah, I'm no longer thing, and I want you guys to trust that I am telling you the true roles now. Despite my previous history, I wanna make it very clear that I'm an honorable rat now. I am telling you the truth when it comes to my
Wait,
role.
did you fudge rolls? Hey, sacrilege.
This was the old Salem. This ain't Raz. Okay,
Blasphemy.
Raz is a whole. Holy shit. But aside from that, I just wanted to let you know what spells I have because I don't have as many healing spells now. I've got cantrips that are bonfire, guidance, infestation.
What about Goodberry? Do you still have that one?
I've still got Goodberry.
Okay.
So now for first level spells, I've got Entangle, which is a concentration. Sorry, it's a concentration one.
If you take
I've
damage,
got Goodberry.
you take
Say
so much
that again?
damage. If you take too much damage, it drops. That's what it
Oh,
means. If it's
oh,
concentration.
okay,
If you take too much damage in one go, basically.
Yeah. Okay. I've got 2 guiding bolts for my first level as well.
Your
And the
guiding
second-
bolts are pretty solid.
Yeah, the guiding bolts are sick. I think I've got 3 per
You basically
per
get some
long-
free because you're a Circle of the Stars druid, so you get to
Yep.
cast it as many times as you have your proficiency. So
I
because
remember
you're
we were
plus
trying
2,
to
I think
explain
you
that.
get free. You get to cast it twice.
Yeah.
For free because of
Yeah.
your proficiency, and then you can cast it using spell slots. And guiding
Yeah.
bolt's a 6 spell. Does a lot of damage and
It
shit.
is-
Yeah.
Um,
Love that one.
and then
Wait, how
obviously
about-
free now also has a +2 to that spell attack. So
Yes.
Do I have to add it or is it automatic?
I've sorted it out for you. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
I like that you made it automatic now.
Yeah.
Less to think about.
yeah.
I've got Moonbeam as well, guys.
Moonbeam is
Okay.
also solid. But
Not
for that, you have to be very far away.
Yeah.
What is
I've got Spike Growth as well. That I've learned the
I
benefits
mean,
of Spike.
also, you can take Eldritch Blast at any point. Anyway, right.
Am I?
No,
Not you.
Oh,
The Warlock. Anyway, what are you guys
Wait.
doing? Are you looking around? You're currently in the
Right.
middle.
Yeah.
It's kind of like off to
Let's go
this
for
side
it.
that you haven't explored.
Maybe you should prepare some good berries just in case.
Yeah, because I don't think I don't have any healing.
Yeah,
options
we
at
only
all.
have.
Can I pass them out, or do,
I'll
do I
say-
have
yeah,
to?
you can
begin-
pass them out.
You-
Okay. Also,
fantastic.
I will say, remember, there's the Pikachu Keyring of Power.
What's that?
What does it do exactly?
You
It's
can read
another
it.
spell slot, isn't it?
Yep.
Let me get up. Inventory.
Busted.
What?
Wait, you get
Wait.
another spell slot?
Read it.
You listen.
That's
You have the
freaking
option. Okay. It's you can use.
Did I have the option?
You can use an action to
When was
speak
the
its
option?
command word, Pikachu, and regain 1 extended spell slot. Remember, you had the option to take this, but you didn't
I
want to
did
say
not.
Pikachu.
Wait, I did not. Hold up.
Yeah, that's what.
Nobody wanted to say Pikachu
Yes.
to get it back.
I didn't
That's
even
why
know this
I
was a
kept
thing.
it. What are you talking about? You had the option to take it.
Wait, I swear I left before. Is
No,
this
I
one of the
swear.
things?
I swear we all discussed. We got like 3
Yeah.
items. I can't remember which time this was.
I don't remember this discussion. I think I left at that point, but it's fine. I don't want it anyway. I can't do much
Because
with
you're too
myself.
embarrassed to say Pikachu.
But I didn't even talk about this with you. I remember I left that day early. I went right after the fight.
I mean, it sounds like something you'd say though.
It does.
I went literally right after the fight.
Oh yeah, you did. You did actually. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You left straight
Bruh.
away, didn't you?
Yeah.
I would say such a lie.
What'd you say?
Let's just go.
You want to go 1v1, Radis? Damien episode. I mean, Dory.
Right. What are we doing then? What are you guys going for?
Good berries.
Oh yeah. Hand them out, and then we go upstairs.
You can do.
Radis. May I have your Starburst?
Sure. Okay, cool. Right. You can go towards the stairs if you want. So, in this direction, there is a lovely staircase. You climb up the stairs and find yourself. Let me just quickly move your tokens. You find yourself on a brand new floor. Which opens out for you. There you guys are. There's Citrine and the gang.
No.
You can see ahead of you there is another sort of like place leading up, and then there is a whole room here. Could I have some quick perception checks, please?
Yep. Sorry, my Wi-Fi cut out.
That's all right.
Perception.
Yeah.
Perceptions.
That's a 10.
18.
Wow.
15.
Wow. Free and Johnny, actually, I think with a 15, you can tell that, and Free, you recognize this immediately. Each of these 4 statues has a triangle carved deep into the stone with an exclamation mark in the middle.
Oh boy.
Free, roll a quick Arcana check, please.
Oops. It's a 6.
6. You can get Citrine can give you advantage.
Oh yes, I always forget that. An 8? Is that any better?
Wait, can I also roll? Because you said advantage citrine gives. So does that
Yeah,
count
you could.
into-
You can roll a Arcana check. Yeah.
Wow. 15.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Citrine starts rubbing your legs free, and they're just being so cute that you just can't stop but, give your emotional support, Urban Fox, a little scritch behind the ears. While you're doing that, Johnny, you feel that there are 2 types of magic working here. You feel the cold sort of magic of beyond the grave, but also that this is trying to summon something forth.
Shit. Guys, this is trying to summon something forth.
Thank you for telling us.
Thank you.
Got you, no worries.
But
Are we allowed to react?
the thing that you felt before, Johnny, was further above you.
Oh, even further up.
3
Okay.
floors, baby.
I think we should deface these statues of that triangle. Like even more. Deface them even more. Before we head up. Because something's being summoned, but the energy I get is upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay. We can take one each and then...
hold
Should
up.
we take one each?
Wait, are these things upstairs? These statues?
No, they are on your floor.
No, they're just huge.
They're just big boys.
Hold up. Did you guys take the good berries, by the way?
I didn't put it in my inventory.
Um,
Can I take
Should
some?
I add them?
I can do 10 good berries per slot, and I've got 4 slots, right? So I'm just gonna use 1 slot and take out 10, and then give 5 each to you. That
Okay.
should save you from death, right?
I mean, it's more like because you can only eat it once, one at a time, per action. It's more for if someone's already gone.
It would be a bonus
can
to
go
eat it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Because of the thing on, obviously to do with,
yeah.
the homebrew rule, basically.
Yeah. So 2 max we can take per round.
Yeah.
So that means that if I give you those 5, you can use them as you want, right?
We can, but we'll use our bonus action. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah. No. So you've got 5 each in your in your inventory now.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, we mainly use it for if someone else goes down, we can shove it in their mouth and bring them back.
Okay, but now we have all prepared.
Yeah.
All right. Can I take one off of each of you then?
Yeah. I give you one.
So that
Oh.
means now you guys have 4 each, and I have
Two.
2.
Maybe you should have. Don't you have the highest HP out of all of us?
I have a 27.
Wait, what? Oh,
Yeah.
I have a
Something
36.
happened. My max HP dropped. I don't know why.
You were like at 40, I swear. At level 3.
Hmm.
I don't know. It happened, and I didn't question it because I assumed it was something to do with all of the fuckery around my character sheet I've been doing.
Maybe.
Okay, fair enough. Well, okay, cool. Okay, 442 then, cool.
Yeah, it's a message.
I'm gonna walk in the arena, I guess.
Yeah.
And
Okay, choose which one.
actually, can I go towards this statue?
Which one? Yeah, you can go towards that statue if you want.
Yeah. And can I try and like smash apart the carved sign that's been carved in? Can I like basically mess it up?
Roll either to hit. I guess roll to hit.
I was just thinking, free a flame blade that could melt statues, maybe.
Roll to hit it
Yep.
first, and then you can find
Yep.
out.
25.
25 definitely
Oh my
would
god.
hit it. I'm telling you right now, the AC of stone is 17.
Oh, okay.
Holy shit.
7 damage.
With 7 damage, you manage to pull the trident out of the tattoo on your arm and smash it into the statue. As you do, a large chunk of stone falls off, and whatever magic was powering this thing begins to fade. You no longer feel any sense of magic from this thing.
Do I need? Would I know that I need to do it for everything? Would I know if I need to do it for everything, for all the statues, or is one enough?
You would probably need to do it for all the statues.
Cool. Anyone else want to give it a go, or should I just go to the other statue?
Up to you, man. I don't know if I have any items up. I have like -1 strength.
Yeah. Cool. I'll do on this one.
I will say you don't need to roll to just hit stuff. Just roll the damage. They're not moving anywhere.
Okay.
Speed things up slightly.
Boom. Wait, all of us? Can we all just take?
You can all just roll damage if you want.
Okay.
And
Just take one statue.
whatever your to hit
6
thing is.
damage.
That's enough. You shatter another one.
Are you bowling?
Rattus, your magic is coming back in this place, but it's still
Alright.
not
Sorry,
fully
I
back.
think I missed a significant chunk of stuff.
Okay. He has shattered 2 of the 4 symbols.
What symbols are these?
So, in each of the 4 statues, there are carved triangles with the exclamation mark. And Johnny Blaze could feel. I'll give away a bit. Necromantic and conjuration energy
Oh,
Shit.
from those.
shit.
He doesn't know what
Can
they
I-
do,
Okay.
but he's broken 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to use the Vine Whip cantrip.
Yep.
I mean, sorry, the Thorn Whip cantrip. So I lash out at one of the other intact symbols.
Mhm.
Can I make a break in the wall and sort of corrupt the sign?
Yeah, I think just roll damage. They're not going anywhere. It's not hard to do this. You just got to
Awesome.
break the symbol.
If the attack hits, it's a 1d6 damage. Okie dokie. 1d6.
26.
Oh, I don't know why I'm rolling. I'm not sure if that's relevant, but yeah, 3.
That's enough to chip a little bit of it off. It splutters for a moment and then begins to fade.
Good. So any small corruption can like ruin whatever enchantment is in there.
Mhm.
Where am I
Nice.
gonna go? I'm free.
Scratch
what
that
can I
shit out.
do?
You got this free.
Yeah,
If
can't
you got
What?
dagger or anything, even.
What's your cantrip?
I can use my lightning law.
Oh yeah.
Just to strike lightning at it. Oh, lash of lightning.
Yeah.
Like Wonder
Yeah.
Woman, Lasso of Truth.
I'm just rolling. Okay. Rolling to hit. Oh, I don't know if that works. It's
You
a
said
3
you-
damage, so I don't think it would.
That's enough to chip off a
Is
little
it?
bit. Yeah.
Woo!
You're only damaging this symbol. They spluttered out. There's still
Okay.
that thing above. But for now, all of the symbols are gone in this room.
Okay.
You guys want to go up?
Does it feel any different though? Like,
You
do we know
feel
it worked?
like your connection to magic for you and for Johnny, like your magic isn't really to do with the city, so not like this doesn't really affect your magic so much. For Rattus, their magic, their kind of connection to their magic comes back. They're no longer casting spells through the symbol on their back, essentially.
This is all from the underground now. I don't feel the slaughter.
Yeah, you feel
Okay.
definitely that you are casting magic of the world below.
Okay. Should we head on up then?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Let's go up.
Let's go.
Let's
Okay.
go.
You
Woo!
guys climb up the final set of stairs. Right. Are you going in quietly or are we not bothered?
We're actually
Go
up.
fucking
Past
We
the
read.
trace,
study.
right?
You know what I'm gonna do? I am going to. Oh my god! Please tell me I didn't get rid of Pass Without Trace. Nope, Pass Without Trace is still on. I would like to cast Pass Without Trace around us.
Nice. Can you all roll stealth checks then, if you're going to do that way?
Oh my god. I hate it. I
And you
hate
can
this.
add a 10 to it, whatever you
Yeah.
roll. And then I just need to check passive insights.
Wait, do I roll with the?
Yeah.
It doesn't roll automatically, right? When you roll with disadvantage. It has a D next to
There
it.
is a way to do it that way. Just roll twice though, and I'll just take the first one.
21. This is my lowest.
Wait,
You don't
am I
Okay.
adding?
Don't worry about it.
Anything to it?
I know that I know it's added 10. Can you just roll a d20
Okay.
to add for your giant fox, which is Citrine?
Yes.
Citrine.
I
Where's my
got 26
fist dice?
overall.
Oh, it's here.
Bro, we silent.
Come on, pass without race. I mean, with a trace. What?
I got a 15.
Nice.
Let's go.
Nice. 15. Okay. I am telling you right now though, that you really need to thank thank Zayna, because without Pass Without Trace, that would have been
Oh, gosh.
very interesting. Okay.
Oh,
Oh gosh.
You
Dead.
enter the room. Roll a quick perception check. Who's in the lead? Who's starting? Who's at the front here?
Oi, tank.
With
Where's the meat shield?
So Johnny Blaze
yeah.
in
Shoes
front,
right here.
and then who's behind Johnny Blaze?
It looks like it's. Is it me?
Can be if you want.
Salem?
I can't see the map. Are you asking if it's on the map?
No, I'm asking what you want to do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't mind going in the middle.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And then
Now I'll take on the end
you,
with
and then
Citrine. Yeah.
Citrine behind you. or alongside. Okay, so quick perception check from Johnny Blaze and from Rattus, because you guys are in the front.
All right. Ooh, that's an 8.
Wow. Johnny, you can see mostly ahead of you. You're in like a
I'm gonna cast Divine
current.
Sense again.
Okay. You feel two things. The first thing is you feel that same sense of the slaughter from here. From
Wait,
here.
where is this?
So further up on the map. Let me just move you guys over to the correct map. Right.
Damn, things are interesting.
So you feel something from here, up the top, and then you also feel something from here.
Wait, do that again.
At the right
So
near the top.
Okay.
You
in the
feel
corners, right?
you feel like 3 presences of like the slaughter. You also feel that there is like a, I keep talking to you about like how the spirit of a place feels missing and there's like nothing there. You feel that sort of like familiar, cozy feeling, but really, really faintly, just at the very, very top, sort of in this direction.
Maybe he's not dead yet. We could probably get him back. Come on, guys. Okay, I just like whisper this quietly,
Rescue.
blah blah blah, and then I point them, show them where it was as well. So any plan, or we just go blast in?
Let me just have a look at my spells.
We're all stealthed, right?
Currently,
Yeah, we're all stealthy as
currently
fuck.
nothing has attacked you. You feel what things are. Yeah.
Wait,
You feel confident that things can't see you.
we don't need to roll again, right? For stealth.
No.
Okay. Should we surprise attack?
How far away? Wait.
There's
So
one here.
there's one feeling here, one feeling
Yeah.
here. Let me just put a little box around them so you can see them, because that's probably the easiest way. Let me just draw
I
some
forgot. How do I
shapes.
check? How do I check distance again? I've forgotten.
It is
Ruler.
the
The
think
4th one.
if you go right, let me just draw a quick rectangle around them. So you feel a presence here, you feel a
70
presence
foot.
here,
Oh,
and you
okay.
feel a presence here, and from behind that presence you feel like that kind of like warm, cozy feeling, but it's very, very faint.
Okay.
So there's 3 presences that you feel. Johnny.
Can we quietly approach? Do you guys want to quietly approach one of those presences?
Okay.
And jump it? Or like, I approach the one on the left, Salem goes to the one on the right, you blast the one and he's like, quiet. Wait, do you have any
Just so you know, I can't see the map at the moment, so I don't know where we are exactly.
That's all right. We'll sort that out.
You want me to share my screen, Salem?
No, that might be. I'm on my mobile at the moment, so that might be a bit awkward. I'm trying to load up the map right now.
Okay. Wait. You can do your Starry Archer thing, right?
I can do my Starry Archer thing. I'm just wondering if I can get a couple of.
You could get
Wait,
the guy
let
up
me have a
top.
look at the thing. I'm just wondering, should I do it right now or should I just hold off because I can use
How
a
long
bunch
does
of
it
other
last
spells.
again?
It's let me have a look. Sorry, it's so awkward working with my phone.
That's fine. Starry form allows you to take, what is it again?
So there's the dragon, the chalice, and the archer. And I was gonna take the styrofoam archer.
I don't think it doesn't say
I'm living.
a time limit, so I assume it's the same as wild shape, which means 2 hours.
Is this
Yeah.
concentration at all? Does this mean that I can't cast other spells?
No. Remember, we did this before. You can cast spells like normal.
Okay.
It just means that you use up a wild shape, and it means on a bonus action you can cast the either the archer, the chalice, or the dragon. But I think once you've made the decision, you have to stay as that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it might be better to do it now, because doesn't it take an action to transform?
It does take an action. You're right. Whenever you.
So yeah, if we're fighting, we would.
But
use
as my
one
bonus, I
action.
can then.
As a bonus, you can transform into styrofoam as a bonus.
Or if we did it now and then went in, we could save that action when we're in combat.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
So-
I don't really mind. Yeah, if you're suggesting this to me in character, then I'm like, yeah, I shrug and I
I don't have
cast
any idea about styrofoam. I'm suggesting it's totally out of character.
I don't do anything in character. Role playing games. What are you talking about? Okay. Right. So we have got all the way up. And what are you doing? You're still stealthed at the moment. So
I want to go for this guy.
can I have you all just roll initiative just to make life easier for kind of
Woo.
like action economy now? But at the moment,
18.
the enemies aren't doing anything. This is just so I know what order you guys are going to do stuff in.
DM, could you please roll initiative for me?
I can.
I'm just trying to
I
keep
can
up everything at the
absolutely click on
moment.
the initiative button for you. +2.
Haha.
I'm going to roll that again. You get advantage. You get
It's
DM
bad, isn't it?
advantage because the
Fucking
DM
trash,
feels bad.
isn't it?
Wait, does
Oh
free
my-
get advantage?
Oh my
Oh,
god!
do I get?
I'm not even.
See,
Are you
fucking
you're
cursed.
actually cursed?
Does free get advantage on from Citrine?
Yeah, Citrine
Oh
can
my
give you
God.
advantage.
What was it? I haven't seen it
I
yet.
rolled
saw
a
a
4 and a
3.
nat 1.
Oh,
Give me a break here.
Okay, so 18 for Johnny, and that was a
13 for me.
13 for Free. I just feel so bad. I'm going to roll it one more time. Come on. We can get anything above a 10. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, you got 20.
What did you get?
oh wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Ratus gets like DM guilt advantage of like triple roll. Because I felt
Yeah.
so fucking awful for rolling a nat 1 on your initiative.
Pity points.
It's not your fault. Salem's just cursed.
I know.
It's-
I'm realizing this. Ratus, you move first.
Okay.
So currently you're in a long corridor. There's about like 20 feet on either side. It's
Yeah.
like wooden floors. It's these big like arched windows. This like really like grand vaulted kind of like stone ceiling far above you. Those same kind of like dodgy like candelabra that have been turned into like actual lamps, but with like shitty bulbs, so they don't give off a lot of light. There's some like wooden tables in front of you. Big like a very dusty old sort of like it was bright red once, now is like very grey kind of purpley brown red carpet in front of you. Like I said, there's about like 15-20 feet on either side of you. You're kind of like in the middle of the room. I think they're kind of about 70 feet ahead of you on either side. There are things that Johnny has sensed. But obviously, like I said, if you want to just kind of like prepare yourself, I don't know how much you guys have done of like prepared actions and like sieges and stuff. If you guys have done it at all. So the way prepared actions works are you tell me a trigger for what you want, like when you want something to happen. So it can be as soon as I see an enemy, you know, when they get within 5 feet of me, I want this to happen. When that trigger activates, you cast the spell that you've been holding. If nothing triggers that spell for the round, then the spell is kind of like, dismissed essentially. But you can hold it for like you can do all your stuff, and then like hold your spell essentially. But if nothing triggers it, because essentially what you do is you use your reaction, like you do for opportunity attacks, to cast a spell.
All right.
I looked up all these rules because we did a big thing of it in my other campaign. So,
I mean, if anyone does attack us, I think my prepared action would be Thorn Whip.
okay. Cantrips doesn't matter because obviously, you can cast them as many times as you want.
Okay.
So are you going to move up, or are you just going to wait and leave it?
I can't move on the map. I can't even load the map up right now. But
That's okay.
I'd like to move forward, yes, into the room.
Cool. Let me just add your Thorn Whip. Cool. Have you got all of your spells? Cool. You do have all your spells. You do have Thorn Whip. Nice.
The only one I've used is Superman. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so you are moving or you aren't moving?
What's that place? I am moving. I'm moving forward.
Okay. Are you moving your full movement forward?
Oh,
Okay,
Jesus.
about halfway towards where the enemies are, essentially.
Oh shit! Is that it? I'd like to
They
use.
would
If I
be
use
in
my
they
full
would be in
movement, does
range
that
of
take them
your
60
Thorn
feet?
Whip.
Oh, brilliant. Okay,
But
yeah. Then I'd
you
like to
don't
use my.
know 100% where they are yet. You just know that that's kind of the area that has been pointed out to you.
I need to be a bit more cautious. I think I'm gonna
You
try and like.
can sneak still if you want. If you want to just roll a
Yeah,
stealth
yeah,
check
yeah.
and move up.
I'd like to, I'd like to still sneak. So I'm just gonna pull up my stealth.
So roll a stealth check.
My stealth is a +4. Come on, let's do this.
With pass without
Ah!
Pass without trace is still active. You're concentrating on pass without trace at the moment until you choose to end
Okay,
that.
that's good. That's good. Right, you know what? I'm gonna hold on to that, and I needed that pass without a trace because I've got an 8.
So that's an 18. That's enough. Okay, so you move up with that 18.
Okay.
Your full movement is that?
It is because I'm just gonna use a bonus action for Starry Form Archer
And you
anyway.
take on your starry form. Okay.
Mm.
You guys see Ratus very, very stealthily. Like I said, there's that like energy of just ignore them, they're homeless, don't look. And even for you guys, it's a bit like you don't want to look quite at Ratus for a moment. Like your eyes kind of skate off of them.
I will make you uncomfortable. Look away.
Yeah. And then they move forward, and then you kind of see what with your starry form. What does it look like? You describe it to me.
So my Starry Form looks like a I think we had this conversation last time as well. It looks like the alien from the Ben 10 from the original Ben 10 series of monsters. It's the one who looks like a starry night sky. It
Yeah.
looks like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
You see like a figure floating behind Raz. A starry figure that looks almost like a figure from a Ben 10 cartoon, floating behind Raz. Johnny, you're next up. You know where the enemies are. You can't see them yet because you're not close enough, but you can move up as well.
Which one is Rat is going for? He's going for this one probably.
I didn't even know that we could see them at this point.
Ratus doesn't know. Ratus just knows generally where you've kind of gestured to where they are, but they don't know exactly where.
Okay, I will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Move 6 up here. I can dash, right?
You absolutely can dash, yeah.
I'm gonna go here. This point with stealth.
Cool. Right. Let me just. Nice. Roll your stealth checks then.
Jesus. Can we not use our stealth from before?
Yeah, have you still not got the pass
No.
without trace active?
Pass without trace is still active.
What
So you
about
still
the
get a
previous stealth
14.
roll?
No. No.
I got 12 then, because
Yeah, that's
it's
fine.
disadvantage.
Let me just check one thing very, very quickly.
I can see the map a bit better now. Mm.
Let me just check something. I prepare all of the stat plots I need. Okay. Nothing moves, but you see ahead of you is like a shield on the wall, and slotted into the shield is a sword.
Ooh. Who is this closest to?
This is only really Johnny Blaze can see this right now. He can see a sword in the shield. Right. It is free. What are you up to?
I am. Okay, so which one of you have dashed? One of you is like around the top left.
That is Johnny Blaze. He dashed.
Okay. I think I'm going to again send Citrine a little further ahead of me,
Okay.
so I can see through her eyes and see things a bit clearer, and go
Okay.
basically close to where Johnny Blaze is.
Okay. So Citrine, I think, has 60 foot of movement. Right, so that would be 40 feet of movement. So they have 80 feet of movement. So Citrine can absolutely get 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30,
Yeah.
35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. You could get right up to here with Citrine.
Oh,
And
I think I'll.
seeing
I
through
think I'll go here.
seeing through Citrine's
Yeah.
eyes is an action though. So that would be your
Oh, I
action for
see.
this turn.
Okay.
To allow you to see through their eyes for a turn.
To be fair, if you're not
Yeah.
going into the room, then you're not in danger,
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah. Okay, I'll do that.
To be honest,
Should I
I'll
roll against
allow
stealth?
that to be a bonus action. To be honest, I feel like Pact of the Chain. Come on, I'll allow you to see through Citrine's eyes as a bonus.
Okay.
So, are you dashing all the way up with Citrine? Because you can get all the way up to here. By the way, whoever your last DM was, they've absolutely you guys are very skittish about combat. My other group's like one's in. My other group would just be like, "Fuck this, let's sprint." Yeah. So you're moving Citrine up towards the one on the right.
He's back.
I mean, you're coming like probably just before we finish, but yeah. Because
Well, yeah, no, I'm just walking home. I've just finished work. I'm not
I
coming
think
to
we'll
play.
probably finish. I think you might join us for the next one though, because you'll probably join us just as we start El Combat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you guys haven't had combat. Oh, okay. That
No,
makes
we
sense.
are just
No, you joined us from
preparing.
the class.
They are currently being a lot more sensible about combat than you guys normally are. Right. So So,
Are you sure about
free. What are you? Where are you going? Or where's the stream going? Have we just lost free? I think that's probably it.
Free.
Right, Ratus, what will be your next move?
Ratus didn't have a dash last turn, right?
You didn't dash, no.
But he couldn't, right? Because Tide form.
No, could have dashed. Could have dashed last turn. If you want to move up a bit further, you can.
My current dilemma is that I can't see any of the tokens if it's just aside from Ashwin and myself. I can't see any of the tokens. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic.
You don't know what's there yet.
And those stairs, is that what I came up?
That's where. That's what Johnny Blaze told you was where they were, but you don't actually know what's there because you didn't sense anything.
Can I go beyond Johnny Blaze and have a look around the around the corner?
What do you mean, like here? Like, sorry, like kind of here in the corner?
Yeah. Yeah. Is there a bend there that I'm not seeing?
You could get up to here. It's kind of like, yeah. It kind
That
of...
would be my full action, wouldn't it?
That would be, yeah. You'd still have your bonus, but that would be your full, like, movement action.
Yeah, but because there's no one around that we can actively see that is able to harm us, I'm thinking I'd just use my full action to go ahead. Yeah.
Yep.
And what can I see anything there that was blocked off earlier?
You cannot see anything, but let me just quickly check something. Okay. You sense that the thing. You sense the energy of slaughter. Next to you.
Next to me. Can I turn towards it?
You can.
What do I see?
You see a shield on the wall and a sword inside of it, which is glowing ever so faintly the crimson red of a familiar sight.
Can I use a free action to grab it?
I think that is where we stop then, if we are going to grab it, because I think combat will be initiated as you grab this sword.
Why would you grab a glowing sword?
Because it's a fucking glowing sword.
We will come to Freeze Go, and I'll get you to roll initiative as well, Dorian, because there are reasons behind why you might be able to join this combat even though you're not here.
Okay, that's
Because
fine.
he has magical powers.
We will come
when
to
he
that
hears a
in,
library on the record.
maybe after our session on Sunday, because I might do that to you separate session stuff.
That'll be fine. Yeah, I'll be able to make this Sunday, which is nice.
Cool. I think that's probably a good place to stop because it's getting late at night and my contacts are drying the fuck out of my eyes. So I think we'll begin next session with combat in 2 weeks. Yeah, that was a fun one, guys. I think you're getting closer to the what's happening.
Y'all found Freddy yet?
No,
Yep.
no.
Found who?
Did you go to Freddy?
No, but we found a lot of new stuff.
Nice. Did you go to the estate agents?
No, we were too late.
It was late in the day.
We found out like 6 locations of the spirits, like Angel Islington.
One thing that's really nice is you guys are just as bad at I'm like, oh, there's this thing here, and this thing here, and you're like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go to like none of those things and go here.
Hell yeah!
So you didn't go to the estate agent,
right? That's why we didn't go.
It was late at night.
Yeah,
it was like 7 o'clock at night by the time they got to where they needed to be. So they decided to go to the library, which is why you might be able to join.
So you didn't go to the warehouses?
bro, by the time we met up with Free, it became 5 o'clock. So like,
And they spoke to
I'm not angry.
Vikram Singh.
dude, we didn't do anything. We just
I'm
meeting.
not angry. I'm not
You know
angry.
what, Dorian? Yeah,
Just no,
you ain't around.
Such a boomer. Such a boomer.
we did nothing. I mean, it's not like we technically though. Nah, never mind.
Technically, what?
Technically, never mind. Never mind.
As revenge, we should burn down this library when we leave.
Yeah,
Why though?
definitely.
I will kill you.
Because he works in a library.
Yeah, he does. This is
I
why
do.
he might be able to enjoy joining you guys.
Yeah.
Nice. Right. Cool.
Nice.
I
Alright.
think that is pretty much it.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
See ya.
Okay. See you guys.
Thanks, Leon.
2 weeks from now. Let me know if you guys need anything.